heart steady. He trains my hands for battle, no envy. God who arms me with strength, come get me. Spirit on fire, no empty. It is God who arms me with strength, yeah, I'm battle ready. He trains my hands for battle, my heart stays steady. But thanks be to God, He gives us the victory. Through my Lord Jesus Christ, fear can't live in me. I was down to the dirt, red clay on my shoes, old pain in my shirt, oh so bruised. And the Lord hit my chest, kicked air from my breath, put power in my step, put calm in my stress. For God has not given me fear, only power, love, and self-discipline, yeah. I talk to my doubts, then I tell them disappear. God driving this truck, I just stare. It is God who arms me with strength, yeah, I'm battle ready. He trains my hands for battle, my heart stays steady. But thanks be to God, He gives us the victory. Through my Lord Jesus Christ, fear can't live in me. Country twang in my prayer, 808s in my praise, Bible open on the dash, sun cut through the haze. The Lord is my strength and my shield, so I walk on the field. My heart trusts in Him, yeah. Wounds start to heal. I was running from the war, now I run to the roar. With that power in my core, I don't fold anymore. He the rock in my hand, yeah, stone in my sling. When I swing on a giant, watch a crown hit the ring. The Lord is my strength and my shield. I give thanks, I give thanks, I give thanks, yeah, yeah. He gives us the victory seal, no fear, just power in a bank. It is God who arms me with strength, yeah, I'm battle ready. He trains my hands for battle, my heart stays steady. But thanks be to God, He gives us the victory. Through my Lord Jesus Christ, fear can't live in me.
Check. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to ARP in the morning. I'm your brother Wise, man. I appreciate you guys pulling up this morning. I hope all is well with each and every one of you guys. Grace and peace, grace and peace, grace and peace. Shout out to you guys, man. Can you guys hear me okay? I want to make sure that we're not having any technical difficulties. I can hear myself in my ear just fine. But put a 1 in the chat if you guys can hear me okay. Put that 1 out there. Thank you guys so much for pulling up. Hit the like button on the way in the building. And when you hit the button, let us know what number you are in the chat. Thank you guys very much. Perfect. You guys can hear me. That's awesome. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys. I don't know if the Blues see my message this morning. I know you guys be in your own world, having your own conversation in the chat before I pull up. But all my Blues, if you could, shoot me an email. I think all of you guys should have my email. Shoot me an email today, just so I'll make sure that I can have it. I can kind of centralize everything, put everything in one place, and then that way I can kind of communicate with you guys when I need to. And that way, all of you guys will have the each other's communication as well, a way to get a hold of each other via email. So if you could, shoot that email over to me today. I do appreciate you guys pulling up. Hit the like button. We got to start the show off today, as we always do. Thank you to Hunter. Coming through with the $50 super chat, completely unnecessary. You don't have to do this as a super chat, bro. You can just put it in there. I will find it. I'm always looking for you. But I do appreciate the support, Hunter. Thank you, brother. God bless you. Today's verse comes out of Matthew chapter 5, verse 44 and 45. Come through with the NIV today. Okay. But I tell you, love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you, that you may be children of your Father in heaven. He causes his sun to rise on the evil and the good, and sends rain on the righteous and the unrighteous. Thank you very much, Hunter. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Shout out to Deb. Says that come through with the $5 super chat. Says, today I am on the road traveling for an appointment in the Beltway traffic. Oh man, hey, y'all make sure y'all keep Deb lifted up in prayer out there in that traffic on that Beltway. It is crazy and it's raining. You already know what time. Actually, you may not, but if you live out this way, add a little bit of rain, a little bit of precipitation on the roads and the Beltway. You know, an hour and a half ride will take you 2.5 to 3 hours. The Beltway's crazy. Thank you, Deb, for the $5 super chat. Be safe out on the road, okay? These people are nuts. Shout out to Malachi coming through early with the $5 super chat. Says, can't hear you, just kidding. Greetings from Bolingbrook, Illinois. It's a beautiful sunny 12 degrees over here. Yeah, good luck with that, Malachi. Thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you, guys. Shout out to all the Blues, Lori Addison, Zeph, B. Thank you guys for pulling up this morning. I thought I seen Dion in there as well. Shout out to her. Shout out to LJ as well. Thank you guys so much for pulling up, helping to keep things peaceful in the chat. I'm going to pull my folks up here in a brief second, but quickly, let me show a little bit of love to my people in the chat. I got to do it. I got to do it. Thank you guys so much for pulling up. If you haven't hit the like button already, hit that like button. What's up, Lonnie King? It's good to see you in the chat. What's going on, Cool Ramon? What's going on, Ed? Appreciate you guys pulling up this morning. Appreciate you guys pulling up this morning. What up, Sugar? What up, Uncle Shug? It's good to see you in the building. Put them cigarettes down, okay? Put them cigarettes down. Put them cigarettes down. But we are going to discuss a topic that Uncle Shug, I think, will appreciate today. I think he's going to appreciate it. We're going to discuss that here in a little bit, a little later on today in the show. Thank you guys for pulling up this morning. Thank you, Angela, as well, out in New Jersey. Appreciate you, Angela Montgomery. And you mentioned something. Melissa, we haven't seen Melissa in the chat. I don't know if anybody knows Melissa directly, but shoot her a message. Just let her know that we miss her in the chat. I know she's out there. It's about a 6-hour time difference. So in order for her to hang out with us, she's staying up till 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning just to hang out with us. But we definitely appreciate it. We definitely do. Let me start to pull my folks up real fast. I think I have everybody. I think so. Yeah, I think everybody's here. Outstanding. We're going to start with my brother Jay Witt. What's up with you, brother?
Hey, man.
What's
how are
going
you?
on?
Grace and peace. Nothing much, man. It's a little cool out here this morning, but we're
Little
making
cool,
it
man.
happen.
Stop it. You're in Georgia,
It's a
bro.
little cool out here
Stop
in Georgia.
it.
It's a little cool out here today. But we're going to make it work. We're going to make it work. How are you?
I don't want to hear cold. I don't want to hear nothing about a little cool. I was talking to my mom about that. It's like, oh, yeah, it's unseasonably cold. It is, but I don't want to hear it.
Well, there we go. So you
Y'all
don't even
hadn't
care
received
about us,
any
man?
snow, no ice. I don't hear none of it. You know what I'm saying? None of it.
Well, we don't need it. We don't need it, though. We don't deserve it. Y'all can keep it all. Y'all can keep it all for us.
Me and the minister, we looking at y'all. We giving y'all the side eye because, you know, Minister Danzo up in New York, like, what y'all talking about? Little cool. What are you talking about?
Y'all can have it. Y'all can have it all.
What's up, Minister Danzo? How you doing today, brother?
I'm thanking God I'm just alive. Never mind the weather. I'm glad to be alive.
Absolutely.
There we go.
Outstanding. I love it. Love it. Appreciate you pulling up today. Hey, as y'all can see, the minister came through with another mock turtleneck looking festive today. Appreciate you, brother.
Wow.
Hey, you know everybody in the comment section, they always checking. What is Minister Danzo going to wear this week?
Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
Lord help me. Help us.
That's wild work.
Oh,
Good to
let me
meet
pull
you,
up
brother.
the sister. What's up,
Celeste in the
Celeste? How
building.
you doing today?
Good morning, everybody. I say good morning to the chat. How's everybody doing? Getting ready for Christmas and ready to acknowledge and celebrate and give some reverence to the birth of our Lord.
Absolutely. Thank you, Celeste. Appreciate you pulling up this
Hey.
morning. Uh-oh. C. Bergie said, Minister, you need a quarter zip.
There we go.
Actually, you had a quarter zip on probably about 2 weeks ago or so, if I'm not mistaken. Not too long ago. He had a quarter zip on. Let me pull up Crystal. What's up, Crystal? How you doing this morning, sister?
Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. This is the
Happy
day the
Friday.
Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. And I'm not gonna let you hate on Jay Witt because it is cool out
It's
here.
cool outdoors. It's cool outdoors. I don't care what you.
Okay? It's a little bit. It's kind of stingy, that cold. I'm just saying.
Okay. I give you that.
Right.
I give you that. Y'all don't know cold. I'm just here to tell you. Y'all don't know cold.
I was born
Y'all ain't
and
seen
raised
no
in New
cold.
York.
Les down there, she walking around, you know, with short sleeves because her blood hadn't thinned out yet from being out here out in this way.
You're absolutely right. And I believe it's supposed to be about 60 today. So
Hold on.
Yeah.
Are me and Minister almost matching in the blues?
There we
Okay.
go. Uh-oh.
I know. I didn't get the memo.
Yeah, some of them didn't get that memo.
You know, just so you know, next week we're going to do a special holiday show on Tuesday. So for those that do plan to pull up, you know, put on some festive attire, you know, something festive. You know, I'm not saying you got to put on the ugly sweater, but something semi-festive.
Oh, I'm
All right.
ready. I got it.
I got you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. What's going on, Mr. Grasso? How you doing today, brother?
There we go. There we go.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing well, man. Appreciate you pulling up. Short notice.
For sure.
Appreciate you, though. Appreciate you, brother.
Amen.
Time for you, sir.
All righty. We're going to get things kicked off here in a second. If you haven't done so already, please hit the like button for me on the way in the building. Shout out to Jonathan Hunter becoming a member. Thank you very much. Joining the ARP family. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. And shout out to Marcus Xavier coming through with the $2 super chat. Says much love. Just found the channel. Good content. Appreciate you. And shout out to Stephen Nash joining the ARP family as well. Let's see. Appreciate you, bro. Thank you. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you. Super chat, super thanks are greatly appreciated. Appreciate you guys supporting the channel financially. Shout out to Malachi coming through with the $2 super chat. Says Crystal 12 degrees up here by Chicago. Yeah.
Y'all can keep that. Y'all can keep that one.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, y'all talking about cold, man.
We
Please.
just hold on. Don't do that, Wise, because we just Jay-Witt, wasn't it just 12 degrees the other day here? Thank you. It was 12 degrees here in Atlanta. Don't do that now. At least y'all got snow.
At 3 o'clock in the morning. What you doing outside? What you doing outside to know that is daggone?
He said, "What are you doing outside?" He calling your actions into question up in here.
Come on now.
You walked into that one. You walked into that one. I'm just saying, if it was 12 degrees, it had to be 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. You got no business outside.
It was like 7 o'clock in the evening. So there.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
Shut him down quick. Like, man.
I don't see Georgia 12 degrees at 7 o'clock in the evening. I just don't see it.
I even had to drop my daughter to work because it was so cold, and it was like 15 at that point. So there you go. It was cold. I'm telling you. We gonna see.
That's gotta be some kind of record.
We gonna see. Yeah. We gonna see if Wise can handle the cold in Georgia one day.
Please, that's nothing. You know what I'm saying? Being out here, dealing with what we've been dealing with over the past 2 weeks. Please.
Look,
it's been cold out here.
No.
Now it might be a little different for Grasso because he's on the other side. He's over there on the Eastern Shore, so it might be a little different. You know, for those guys, he's a little bit south of us.
It's just cold and wet. That's what it is.
But you do know sometimes it is colder down here than it is up there, right? Because I have had conversations with my aunt in New York, and it is like 40, 50 degrees up there, and it's like 20 degrees, 30 degrees down here. You are aware of that, right?
Yeah, weather patterns. Sometimes that happens.
Crickets.
Whatever.
But usually your state shuts down after it drops below like 50
seriously,
degrees.
we don't shut down for nothing.
Don't do us like that. Listen, I understand why. Again, as a New Yorker, I understand why they do that, because these roads is a little bit different down here. These hills and curves and all that stuff, and the way these people drive down here.
Have you not been to Maryland? This place is full of freaking hills and all types of stuff. It's just not flat land out here. I'm here to tell you, it's not flat land, ma'am.
No, I'm saying
I understand. Y'all don't have
New York. Compared to New York, this is very different. The roads, like these sharp hills that they have over here. I'm like, hold on, who's supposed to go up? Who's supposed to ride this road? Not me.
The horse and buggies,
right?
No, wow.
They were made for going like
first world
25
problems.
miles an hour.
First world problems. That's all I'm gonna say. First world problems. We're gonna get the show kicked off, man. I want to start with a situation that happened out in Target. I don't know if you guys had a chance to see it, but police are now investigating an incident where this we'll just call her Karen. We'll say that's pretty much what she is. A lady. We got her name. Her name is Michaela Ponce. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but harassed and berated an older woman who was working at the Target for rocking a Charlie Kirk shirt. You can't make this stuff up, man. This is crazy. This is crazy. We'll play the clip. There's a couple other things I want to get into as well with this, and then I want to hear from you guys. So hit that like button for me. Buy your brother a coffee. That link's in the description box below. I appreciate you guys supporting what we're doing over here. Looks like there's a couple supers before we get going. Okay. Shout out to Alicia joining the ARP family. Thank you very much. And 2020 Vision with the $2 super chat says ATL doesn't have salt trucks. That's why. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
We do now, though. We do now.
I think they got what, 2 or 3 for the entire state. Is that accurate?
Man, get out of here. Stop playing.
You know,
they invested in salt trucks. There are salt trucks here in the city of Atlanta, in the metro as well as in Georgia proper. There are salt trucks. Are there as many as y'all have? No.
Look at
Do
him
they
defending.
invest-
He was like, man,
do they-
get out of here, man.
No,
Y'all only
but
had
they are
two.
salt
Last
trucks. Come
time,
on.
when they had that, what was they call it? Ice Mageddon? What was that about?
Oh,
5 or 6 years ago, maybe a little more than that.
2014.
Oh, man, that was terrible. That was crazy.
was.
I'm like, man, they ain't got no ice trucks out there. They're like, man, they said they had 2 or 3 for the entire state. That's ridiculous, man.
That was true. That's
a
true.
daggone shame. My sister got stuck on, I believe, like Memorial Drive, had to walk all the way home. You know what I'm saying? Because you just got to a point where you just couldn't drive no more. People just abandon their cars on the side of the road.
I heard
it was
about
really
that.
bad.
I was so thankful. I moved to Georgia the week after that happened. Like I really moved here the week after.
Were you down there, Jay? Yeah, you were.
We can talk about it another day. But yeah, I was here for it. I was here for the whole thing.
Yeah, that's crazy. Crazy. Also, thank you to Jonathan coming through with the $5 super chat. Says, been a member for a month. Had to upgrade the love. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you, man. All right, let's get into it. Hit that like button for me if you haven't done so.
They let you wear that shirt here?
Yes.
So
Why? Why are you taking my picture?
why are you wearing that shirt? You're working. It's not
It's
a
a
Target
red
shirt.
shirt. I can wear any red shirt.
It's not a plain shirt.
It doesn't have to be
It's a Charlie Kirk shirt.
Yes. Yes, I know.
Are you fucking stupid?
No.
Oh,
Why the fuck would you wear that? You're at work at Target. That's
Sorry about the language.
not a Target shirt. It's not a plain red shirt.
We
You
don't,
support a racist.
it's not racist.
You support a racist.
He's not a racist.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
Yes, he fucking is.
I'm sorry, but I'm not going to stand here and argue with you.
You're not. You should go
over
get
it.
your manager. You should not be allowed to wear that at work. Unacceptable. Unfucking acceptable.
That's your opinion.
No, the opinion is he's a fucking racist and you support him.
That's your opinion, ma'am. Have
And
a
you
nice
shouldn't.
day.
You should not be allowed to wear that.
Have
This
a
is
nice-
going to be taken above your fucking head. That's insane.
Have a
Insane.
nice day.
In fucking insane.
Target and harassing an elderly lady while she was working just because she was wearing a red Charlie Kirk shirt. Yeah, she dirty deleted that video. You weren't ready for that heat that came your way, were you? Well, buckle up, Buttercup, because here comes some more. Because I don't know when you people are going to learn that you are not that difficult to find. So this is her page, and as you can see, she uses her full legal name as her username. And of course, she lives in California. And of course, she is a healthcare worker. Would you trust this to be your nurse or doctor? That's her husband, by the way. His name is Jose, and she definitely likes him older. But anyways, I went ahead and called Enlo Health in Chico, California to go ahead and express my concerns about their employee. And while I had them on the phone, I went ahead and asked them if they were aware of her lengthy criminal record. Things like disturbing the peace, battery against a spouse or a cohabitant, criminal threats, violation of protective orders, assault with force likely to cause great bodily injury, abuse or endangerment of the health of a child. And then we round it out with contempt of court. That is who they're entrusting their patients with, though? What happens if a patient says that they support Trump or Charlie Kirk? These are questions that I would be asking if I was an employer of hers. Because that what if could very easily turn into a malpractice suit. Just things to consider if I were them. This was fun. Have a day.
Goodness gracious.
dang.
In I think this is called Enlo Health. They said that, and this is a tweet that came out that they put out, I think 2 or 3 days ago. And it says here that Chico Police Department is investigating a social media post on the personal account of an Enlo Health employee. We are deeply concerned about the tenure or the tenor of this post and the response it is creating from individuals of all political persuasions. We do ask for patience and calm. Goodness gracious, I can't read today. As we conduct our internal investigation of this matter. In the meantime, we are relying on the expertise of the Chico Police Department to investigate any potential criminal activity or threats related to it. Currently, extremely high call volumes related to this post are overwhelming in low switchboard and clinic phone lines, negatively impacting our patients' ability to reach clinical staff. So stop calling these people. They're on top of it. I want to share this with you as well. There is a Give, Send, Go that has been created. The goal was $250. They've raised $252,400 for this young woman who was wearing a Charlie Kirk shirt. This is crazy. Jay Witt, I want to start with you. You can go with this wherever you want to go. What are your thoughts, bro?
I don't care what nobody say, man. I really believe that social media is the best snitch on the planet. Forget about Charleston White. Forget about anybody else. Social media is the best snitching device the CIA has ever put out. I'm trying to tell you. I mean, hats off to the CIA. Because people just be self-snitching. Like, why did you record that, man? And why did you feel emboldened to put it out there? That's some crazy work. That is some nasty work. But then to be so profane to that woman, that elderly woman, which would have qualified as anybody's grandmother, as anybody's great-grandma, why would you have to bother her? Leave her alone. Sure, if you disagree with Charlie, if you disagree with the shirt, leave it alone. Like, why you got to berate the woman? And then to be the audacity in this day and age to use your free will to put that doggone thing online. Man, you deserve everything that you get. I'm sorry. There's no other way around it. I feel bad that she got called out like that, but man, you deserve it because you had no business. Just leave that woman alone. Just leave her alone.
I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I don't feel bad for the lady. I don't feel bad for her.
Oh, the lady that got died. No, I agree. No, I'm right there. I'm just like, but ma'am, you didn't have to bother her. Leave her alone. That woman was not bothering you.
That's right.
And this is the last thing. The whole thing about being triggered. Remember a couple of decades ago, it seemed like decades ago, triggered was a big thing. Like, oh, this is going to trigger you. And really, it's your choice to respond to this activity. Sure, the red shirt could trigger you. Sure, a red baseball cap that says Make America Great Again could trigger you. But you're making the decision to behave like that.
That's right.
And it's almost like people have tried to say, oh, well, I see Minister Denzel in the blue mock turtleneck. I can't help but go crazy. Or just go bananas. Oh, it's your fault, Denzel, that you got the blue. No, Jason, you're acting like a dummy. Stop it. Just turn your camera off, act like a mature adult, get yourself together, and then come back on the camera. Don't do that. So I'm sorry. The lady, I hate it, but she got what she got.
I got a question for you, Jay. Is there anything that someone could wear that would trigger you in this manner to pull out your phone and berate someone?
I might take a picture of it, but I'm not going to. No, I'm not. No, not in public like that. I got too much riding on it. Look, I got an extensive police record. I don't need nobody knowing stuff foolishness I done did before Christ. I'm just kidding, y'all. I'm just kidding.
Somebody
but no, I don't. No, no, I don't. No, like I might take a picture of it. I might send it to somebody, but I'm like, nah. I mean, I've seen some pretty dumb things in my life, and I'm like, you know what? I'll take a picture of it. I'll laugh at it. I'll show my wife. I'll delete it and keep it moving. I don't need to bother you just because you're doing something I don't like. Okay, fine. But I make the choice to move on. I make the choice not to behave like this. No. You can have a t-shirt that says Jason is ugly. I can say, you know what? I can show you my feet and you can add those to the back of the shirt. I don't care. I don't care. I mean, y'all want to see? No, I'm just kidding.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
I'm only doing it because my daughter's in the background over here dying. What? Oh, you welcome,
Minister Denzel. What are your thoughts,
Hey,
bro?
thank you, Jay Witt, man. Appreciate that, man. He's right on target, man. This is what happens when the people live in a bubble, and they think that everything that they're receiving is the gospel truth. They come out of that bubble and they get in the street and they start functioning like they are the know-all and of reality. The way she responded to that lady said that she has mental sickness. They don't realize that they are suffering from mental sickness. When you live in that kind of bubble where only your perspective is right, and you keep hearing this kind of insanity coming from the left, from these channels that they frequent, you come out living in a world of non-reality, and anyone that's not functioning in that matrix the way you think they should, you just go after them. This is sad. You know, I hope she gets some mental health and get some medication, some meds that she can that can work with her body and help her to maintain her stability, because this kind of response is getting more and more, it's becoming more and more the norm. And it's going to go from the verbal attacks to the physical attacks, because people cannot function when their minds are not acting right, you know? And again, the last thing I'm gonna say on this is that's why it's so important for us to connect with these people, to reach these people, to talk to them in our private time, talk them down from that insanity, because if you don't, they're going to be in a disaster going someplace to happen.
Can I don't want to jump in, but can I say something? If you go back and watch that clip, I'm sorry, Minister Denzel, I think that woman could have resulted in violence.
Yes, I agree.
Very quickly. And I think the only thing that kept it from going violent is the old woman was very nice.
Oh, yeah.
So what are you talking about? Like, I think if the old woman had any little bit of heat, a decade or two younger, it would have been a fight. And we have a brawl on aisle 9. We got a brawl on aisle 9. That's exactly what would have happened.
I agree. I agree. But you see, that's what happens when people think that when their minds are not right, and they think that they're right. Nobody else has a right to have an opinion. And what's worse about that, she got Charlie wrong. The dude wasn't racist. So
right.
So even what she was saying was wrong. So she's accusing the lady of being wrong when she's wrong in our conversation.
Crystal, what are your thoughts? First off, before you answer, you're rocking your Charlie Kirk shirt. This lady walks up to you with her camera out. Are you boxing in the Target? Are you boxing with this lady?
No, because she know I ain't the one. Because I would have read her rights real quick. She would have walked the other way. I am not the one. I am not the one. The way my face would have looked at her, she would have walked off. She wouldn't have pulled out a camera, period, point blank. She would not have pulled out a camera. The thing is, she knows who she could do that to. And I feel so bad for that elderly woman, because let it have been me. And that was my mama. Oh, I was finding you. I was finding you. Because that lady, that they said this woman was 72, 74 years old. What in the world? You are over here cussing out an old lady because of what she's wearing? I'm glad the police are looking into this, because you deserve every bit of it. And the thing is, these people nowadays, they feel like, they're keyboard warriors behind, the camera. And then they think that they could take that same bad behavior and bring it outside in public. That's the thing, because that woman thought she's probably a keyboard warrior. She's probably one of those people to be running in my TikTok and have something funny to say and think that they can say what they want to say. But then she decided to let her pull it out in public. And now, you see, I don't use this type of language, but she's just on the FO type of things right now, because she's finding out very quickly. Because, yes, you have free will, you have free speech, but that doesn't mean you are free from consequences. And I want her to get every consequence possible, because, ma'am, what did that woman do to you? She had every right to wear whatever she wanted to. She was not breaking Target's policies. She was there doing her work, minding her business. And you know what? Mm-hmm. I commend the older woman, because if it would have been my mama, I wouldn't even have to read her rights. My mama would have fixed her so good, she would have left that store in tears. I'm telling you right now, we not the ones. So,
Celeste, what are your thoughts?
So shout out to Nanny 1957 in the chat, who said that she FA'd, FO'd. That's exactly correct. I think what was most demonstrated in that was that the older woman who was wearing the Charlie was so poised, so self-possessed. If you realize, when the woman started talking to her, if you notice this, she lowered her voice. She didn't start, as soon as the profanities started to roll, she lowered her voice. She started to speak more calmly and more deliberately. She said, "Ma'am, that's your opinion. He is not a racist." She said, "I don't want to argue with you here." And she held herself. The Target people should make her employee of the month, of the year, or for her generation. I don't know, but she is a demonstration for how you should handle public conflict, and the strength and the poise necessary. And for all of the hell that the boomers catch, the one thing I think we have to acknowledge is that they're made of much dirtier stuff than generations below them. Our generations are full of people on anxiety medications and can't find a therapist fast enough on BetterHelp. And no matter how many therapists they get, the help can't be too good, because they're still out here wilding all over the internet. So what I'm saying is, I think that the younger generation should maybe take a little pause and suspend their time talking about how terrible the boomers are, and start maybe looking to them and say, well, they built the country, they maintained the country, they were the greatest generation in terms of what they were able to do for our freedoms. And a lot of the foolishness that has been pulled over, this Democrat socialism that was able to be pulled over on us would have never passed muster with that generation. So maybe it's time we take a pause and show a little respect.
Amen.
I agree with that. And the fact that this is a 70-plus-year-old woman still actively working, meaning she needs this job. She needs this job. There's a lot of senior citizens out there working right now, not because they want to, because they absolutely have to at this point. So I do appreciate the way this, we'll say young lady, the way she handled herself. She handled with grace, and she also handled in a manner like, hey, I can't afford to match energy with you and lose my job. I can't afford to do this. Grasso, what are your thoughts on this?
I mean, it's quite apparent that the demoralization of this new, well, I guess, just of the world today, and how the propaganda has made it so that these people think that this is somehow acceptable,
right,
to treat people this way. I mean, to get to a point where you have been brainwashed so much to think that you have somehow moral superiority,
yes,
over another person simply for the shirt that they're wearing on their back, is frighteningly similar to a time not so distant in the future, in the past, of the 1930s and 40s. And then with social media, you have people with cell phones and stuff snitching on each other. Everything they do, they plaster their entire lives over the airwaves so everybody can see it. I mean, I guess my question is where does it stop? I don't think it's a place I don't know. It's a shame that this woman, on both sides, it's a shame that the older lady had to endure such a berating and a senseless act of cruelty. And on the other hand, I also too wonder why, or what's going on in that younger woman's life to feel that she is entitled to berate someone she doesn't know, to demoralize someone she has never met, all because of a shirt she wears on her back. That's frightening, man. If somebody's got that much boldness, well, I guess she's finding out now, though, huh?
She done messed around.
Yeah, she messed around and found out. I'm not like Crystal. I don't use that type of language. FAFO. I just say mess around. She messed around and found out. We're not all heathens like Crystal. There's a couple super chats I want to read.
Dang, man. Wow.
Shots fired.
That's your boy.
Couple super chats I want to read.
Don't worry.
We might need to step out of the chat. Let y'all
I woke up on the right side of the bed today. Right side of the bed today.
Whoa.
Shout out to Papa Died. Been a member for 2 months. Says my free chat. See, my folks, they be coming for me, man. Papa Died always got. He always come. He actually came for Rolando. Rolando came for him on Wednesday.
Rolando.
Thank you, Papa Died.
Shout out to Vicky Ramsey coming through with the $5 super chat. Says demons were manifesting big time. Bless this sweet lady. She was so composed. Jesus is king. Thank you, Vicky. Energizer Bunny coming through with the $5 super chat says, I have lived in the South since 94. Crystal is right. It can get real cold. I'm not saying that it can't get real cold. I mean, I grew up in the South. I understand. It can get cold. I get it.
One day a year.
I still got to give you guys a hard time. You know what I'm saying? It only lasts for a week. I mean, come on now.
That's the point.
Hey, Wise, Grandma's going to have a Merry Christmas this year. That's for sure.
That's true. And the grandbabies, if she has some. Grandbaby's going to have a great, a very Merry Christmas. Shout out to LJ coming through with the $5 super chat. Says, if I can keep my mouth closed at Walmart seeing
gutter
GBs,
bunnies.
Oh, gutter bunnies. Okay. I'm like, GBs, I had to go, okay, gutter bunnies. Oh, wow. See, your lexicon, it's moving. It's taking off, man. Sheesh. Gutter bunnies in PJs, bonnets, with half shirts and double stomachs. Oh,
Yikes.
Lord.
Wow.
She can let that shirt slide at Target. Oh man, LJ.
Yes,
Really?
LJ.
Half shirts and double stomachs? Come on now, LJ.
LJ, you too small and pretty to be talking like that. Goodness.
Come on
LJ,
now,
spot
LJ.
on.
Goodness
Spot on.
gracious. See, that's why I don't like going to Walmart, because you will see there's some kooky creatures at the Walmart, man. That's why I don't like going there. That's why I don't like going to Walmart. Shout out to Jonathan coming through with the $5 super chat. Says Sister Crystal said she put away the Vaseline before stepping outside now. She's stepping for Christ.
Yep. Right about that. Right
So
about
you're saying
that.
old Crystal kept the Vaseline in the purse?
Always. That Vaseline was right there and ready. Listen, the earrings come off real quick, that Vaseline real quick, and I'm ready.
That's that New York coming out of you. Goodness gracious. That is the New York coming out of you. Goodness gracious. Thank you, Dion, for coming through with the $5 super chats as well. Thanks to the dumb Karen, the Charlie Kirk grandma just got $250,000 for Christmas. Yep. Oh, that's huge. She's probably never seen this kind of money before in her life. This is huge. That's a huge windfall for her. $250,000. Goodness gracious. Seabergy with the $2 super chat says Jay Witt taking some time off from Candace Watch.
Oh, I'll be back this evening.
He ain't taking no time off. He was on it last night. He'll be on it this evening. What you talking about?
Back this evening.
I know.
What are you saying? I'm surprised you didn't go out to AmFest, AmFest, Jay Witt.
I wanted to go. I was supposed to go too. Ooh.
No, I got too much going on. I mean, my big girl just came back, so I need to hang out with my family.
Hang
this
out.
week.
Understood.
Yeah.
Understood. We're going to keep it moving. Hit the like button, man. Super chat, super thanks are greatly appreciated. I do appreciate you guys. Crystal, you got something. You done set something off in the chat. Everybody talking about that Vaseline. Man, you done set something off in the chat. Goodness gracious. Vaseline in the purse. See, if I ever was to go out with a woman and she pulled out Vaseline, that's a woman I got to get away from. She starts problems.
Pre-Jesus. That was pre-Jesus, Crystal. Listen, you just got to be prepared, because if I didn't have Vaseline on my face, God knows what the face would have looked like. You know, you got to protect the face card now. You have to protect
Okay, I understand that. My rule of thumb is women with Vaseline in the purse, Timberlands or Jordans on their feet, I steer clear from. That's a no-no for me. That's a no-no.
What about the ones that can carry the razor in their mouth?
Oh, that's a definite no-no. Because those are the ones, they want to fight you. No, thank you. You know, I need the women with, sandals, heels, things of that nature. Those types of women, not the Timberlands and Jordans. Just saying.
And the black Air Force Ones.
Yeah, that too.
That part.
The black Air Force Ones, and she pulled out Vaseline. Jace, you might as well get ready to fight, bro. You might as well get ready to fight.
And that's why you keep hoops in your ears. It doesn't matter what type because all you gotta do is pull it right back out just like this. It's real easy. So ain't nobody snatching the earrings out your ear now. You learn real quick.
Oh my goodness. Pre-Jesus Crystal. Jesus. Goodness gracious. I don't know if I'd want to meet pre-Jesus Crystal. Sheesh.
Right.
Thank God for salvation.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You still carry the hot sauce in your purse.
Oh man. The hot sauce too?
Homemade hot sauce too. Homemade hot sauce that'll have your brows all sweat. Yes.
You see what you started, LJ? Goodness gracious. All righty, let's keep it moving. I don't know if you guys have heard. I don't know if you guys have actually been following the case, but Judge Hannah Dugan
deserved it all.
Has been found guilty. If you guys aren't familiar, I want to play this clip for you guys, and we'll get into it real fast. If you guys don't remember Judge Hannah Dugan, but let me play this for you, and then we'll keep it moving.
YSN 12 News with breaking news.
Good evening. We are interrupting regular programming with breaking news in the trial of Milwaukee County Judge Hannah Dugan.
And that verdict coming in just moments ago. It is a split verdict, not guilty on one count and guilty on the other. The not guilty is for count one, which was the misdemeanor of concealing a person to prevent their arrest. The guilty verdict from this jury was on the felony count of obstructing. These two charges came after this incident back in April where Dugan was accused of helping Eduardo Flores Ruiz, an undocumented immigrant, avoid ICE officials at the courthouse in April.
Now, we know that the jurors have been deliberating for a little over 6 hours. We've been catching in every single update that our reporters inside the courtroom have been giving us, and we have been covering this case from last week when we first started the trial up until now, which is now 8 months of coverage with this entire case. And we have a lot to get to, including live team coverage.
And we start with Blake Easton, who is outside the federal courthouse for us right now.
Yeah, that's right, Derek and Deanna. You said it. We've been here all day long, and honestly, it's hard to believe we have reached this now, getting a verdict in this case. They've been deliberating for about 6 hours at this point in time, and around the 6 o'clock hour, that is when we learned that the judge was buying the jury pizza. That's signaling that they could very well go the distance tonight, and obviously, with the breaking news, they have. A verdict has been reached. At this point, our crews are gathering to bring you full coverage, but before we get to all of that, I kind of want to walk you through the day of events leading up to this, because it cannot be emphasized enough. The jury has been extremely busy today. They have heard a lot and they have seen a lot. Getting here early this morning, defense took the stand and they didn't take much time at all. In fact, they only called 4 witnesses to testify: 2 Milwaukee County judges, a public state defender, and former mayor of Milwaukee, Tom Barrett. The defense rested their case without ever calling Dugan to testify. After that, it then presented time for closing arguments. Prosecution went first, saying a courtroom should be a place of neutrality. When a judge uses her position, her robe, her courtroom to evade the law, that is when it undermines the entire justice system. Then it will.
All righty. We'll start with Celeste here. This is another case of mess around and find out. This is another case. She did not sit on the stand, and the reason why, what lawyer in their right minds would put her up there? She couldn't refute anything. It's all on video. She should have,
and audio.
She wasted and audio. She wasted the court's money, in my opinion. She should have just pled guilty. Like, lady, you're wrong. You're wrong. But Celeste, what are your thoughts?
I hope this extreme nature of her behavior is reflected at the time of sentencing, because more than just blocking ICE and flouting the law from the bench, which, I mean, that sounds absolutely insane that you're committing a crime as you're sitting on the bench, allegedly administrating justice. More than that, these are the moments that really break faith for the American people with the justice system. And that's a serious, serious thing, because if we do not have blind and impartial justice, then there is nothing that stops us from being any third world country that is just ruled by gangs. Whatever you call it, the gang can be a party, the gang can be the rebel leader. It's just a faction of people who rule by might. And because they can force their will upon you, they become rulers. The thing that makes us not that type of society is that we all have to agree. It is part of our social contract. Yes. We all have to agree to abide by the law and to accept the consequences when we don't. And so I'm really hoping that an example is made of this woman, and that example is reflected in a very harsh, very serious sentence. This is not anything to play with. This is not something small. And I think it also reveals the cultish behavior of the liberal elite. These people, more and more we are finding, are dispersed all throughout every institution with which we engage. They're in our court systems, they're in our school systems, they're everywhere we turn around, where we look for recourse and where we're seeking help. They're not only there, but they're activated. When we're talking about sleeper cells, we think of that in terms of terrorist operations. People are organized for violence. We really need to start expanding our idea that these people have been dispersed, they have been hidden among us, and all of these institutions have quietly worked to gain positions of power and influence. So at the moment they're ready to activate and to put the clamp down on the American people and on the Constitution that keeps us free, they always seem right and ready to stand up and do their part.
Amen.
Yeah. Now she's facing up to 5 years. My question to you, Minister Danzel, one is, will she receive those 5 years, or will they give her a slap on the wrist? She's also facing a fine of up to $250,000. What are your thoughts? Where do you think they're going to go with this sentencing?
Well, I think that because there's so many Democratic activists out there who have a lot of power still, they're going to do everything they can to make her time as little as possible, if at all. But the bottom line is that I'm with Celeste on this. It's about time that you see these people get prosecuted. There's a whole lot more that need to go to jail because of the way they've obstructed justice. And I don't care who you are, whether you're a mayor, a governor, a police officer, a politician, a judge, a soldier, whoever you are, if you violate the law for your activism, you need to go to jail. And I think that the only way we're going to save our society as an American nation, we're going to have to make sure that people who violate the law suffer the consequences. We still have folks like Fauci and Comey and a whole lot of people out there that have done some criminal things right in our faces, thinking that they were going to maintain power. Now that the Republicans have the power now, they need to go after all these folks and let them know that you are not going to get away with violating the law. If you shoot an ICE officer, you need to be taken down. The bottom line is that if, as Sister Celeste says, if we don't stand up for our laws and our rules, we will become a third world nation, and anything goes, and we can't afford that.
I agree with you there, bro. Now, it does say that she's going to be disbarred because she has been convicted of a felony. She's going to be disbarred and removed from the bench, which that should be a no-brainer, right? That should be a no-brainer. But it's also saying that, because she's in Wisconsin, the judge, if a judge is convicted, of a felony, it automatically disqualifies her from holding any other judicial office as well. So I'm glad that is the case. And I hope that she receives that full 5 years, even if they give her 5 and maybe suspend all but 3 or 4 of it. You know what I'm saying? I do think she does need to do some jail time, even if it's just a year. This is a nonviolent crime, and I would assume that she's a first-time offender. So, giving her the max, maybe giving her, hey, we'll give you 5 years with 3 or 4 years suspended. I don't know if they do that on the federal side of things. That's another question.
So. Well, why? Remember, she's a judge. She don't deserve no breaks.
Right.
Yeah, you're right.
You're
right.
There's a level of you should know better.
Yeah, as a judge. Absolutely.
In. I don't know how you budget that in, but you know what? She can go work with that lady at Target. I'm just saying. She needs to go. I hate it, and I hate that, but it's just reality. Like there does need to be some long-term consequences, because we've now moved into a world where you can just respawn. You just hit reset and start the game over again. No, you can't do that in real life. And there are real consequences that are going to give you long-term ramifications that you're going to regret till the day you close your eyes. But you know what? It's just reality. And people need to see that. And she needs to go to jail, not just for her own sake, which I do think she probably learned her lesson. Maybe she didn't, I don't know. But for the people around her, the other activist judges that are 30 years old, that are just getting out of law school, that maybe want to do this kind of foolishness and say, oh, wait, they're throwing judges in jail. Like, oh, wait, maybe I need to stop. Maybe I need to reconsider my behavior, because they're putting real folk in jail and they're really losing their careers. Most people say it, like, lawyers can't really do much more after that. Lawyers just lawyer. Right. And I'm going to assume that judges probably the same thing. They don't want to lose their jobs at this, because that's all they can do. That's all they know how to do is lawyer into judge. And now this woman now has no other option. She's going to be at Quick Trip. Welcome to Quick Trip. In a year or two.
Or a job teaching law at Georgetown University or at Brown University or at Harvard University.
I guess.
They reward their activists.
That's right.
Yeah, you're right.
There you go.
I was going there, Celeste. That's where I was going to go next, is that, does she become a professor of some sort? Does somebody hire her as a law professor somewhere around the country?
That or a politician?
Yeah, you can be a felon and still run for politics. Yeah, absolutely.
Amen.
Yeah, you can. You can.
And in a very heavily liberal leaning area, she'll get elected.
Well, she can't at this point. she's not going to be able to serve as a judge. So we don't have to worry about her being,
No, I'm
reelected
talking about
as
as
a
a
judge.
politician.
But as a potential politician, yeah, she
Yeah,
could
or
definitely run
or
for
an
sure.
activist or a community organizer, or like Celeste said, by far, yeah, professor.
Yeah,
I
there's
mean,
plenty of
judges,
money out
she's
there for
got
her.
so many. Yeah, her Rolodex is so heavy. There's already something else in the works.
Oh yeah,
That's
plenty
She'll
of
true.
move.
money out there
She'll
for her.
move from this. She'll take a slap on the wrist, and then she'll move on to greener pastures.
This is a federal charge. So this is the federal government. These are federal charges. So I'm guessing, I'm thinking along the state lines that maybe they suspend. I don't know if the federal government does suspensions and things of that nature, whatever her sentence is. I do think that she should be punished to the fullest extent. I do think that she should probably receive that 5 years for what she did. I definitely, and an example needs to be set. In my opinion, what are your thoughts?
What should happen and what will happen are two completely different things.
Yeah, true.
I've yet to see, when's the last time you heard of a judge going to prison? I mean, I'm sure there are, but I haven't heard none recently.
Well, there's been one within the past 10 years. If you recall, up in Pennsylvania, the judge that was he wasn't falsely convicting, but they were convicted, but he was over sentencing young people, and he was receiving a kickback for making sure that people are in the penal system. That happened up in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, because it's privatized.
Exactly. He was receiving a kickback, and they threw the book at his behind.
Well, that's Pennsylvania.
They did through the book. Although he is out now, the previous administration, Joe Biden, he's one of those auto pen pardons. So he actually was let go at the end of the year last year. I don't know if you guys knew that, but yeah, he's out now.
That's problematic. That's problematic. I would just say that I agree she should face the full weight of the law, because you are supposed to be representing the law. You're supposed to be you're not supposed to be here committing crimes. Again, this is how you got into that. Like, this is what you agreed to when you took your oaths and everything else that you did to get into this position. So for you to be here committing a crime because of your political ideologies, you can't be biased in that space. I don't understand why you think you can bring your politics inside of what you're doing. No, you're supposed to be unbiased. You're supposed to be sitting down, listening to everything, seeing how everything goes, and you sitting here sneaking people out, trying to block people from doing their job. Man. But then, see, that's a problem, because people have that God complex. They think they're above the law. So she thought she was above the law because she's like, I am the law. That's literally why she did what she did. I am the law. So I'm the one. Exactly. Rules for thee, not for me. That's literally what it is. It's like, ma'am, no, you are not above the law. You are not the law. You need to sit down. You're supposed to be there, again, bringing justice for the American people, for the people that come into your courtroom. You're not supposed to be committing crimes. So she honestly, I wish they could put an extra slap in the wrist. She shouldn't be able to teach nobody anything, to be honest, because if you're biased like that, you are now going to put that in young minds that are coming up in the system. So schools, realistically, I mean, again, what should be versus what it really is two different things. But reality, she shouldn't be able to teach, because clearly you're problematic. You ended up in jail. If she ends up in jail, you shouldn't be able to teach anybody anything, because you don't know how to be unbiased. So no, she shouldn't be able to do that either. Honestly, she should go work at Quick Trip, like my brother Jay said. Quick Trip. That's what
not only a lack of the ability to be unbiased, but also lack of ethics. I mean, when you start talking about teaching the law, I mean, practicing law, but especially when you start talking about teaching the law, shouldn't you be held to a certain, moral standard, and a certain amount of ethics? Isn't there an ethical guideline that these people have to follow in order to teach young minds? And now, Minister, I know you worked at a college, back in the day. Are there no, is there no, conversations or anything that they got to sign and say, hey, there's a certain way that you have to, uphold yourself if you're going to be, a representative of our institution?
Yeah, that's mandatory. You gotta toe the line. You can't be shucking and jiving when you're dealing with something like law, or when you're responsible for teaching somebody. There are some serious consequences for violating that level of trust. And yeah, they need to throw the book at her. I'm sorry. She need to do some hard time, and people need to see that there's a consequence for this kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah. LS said judges being prosecuted for wrongdoings is far and few between. I would agree with that. Although I can think of three, off the top of my head to include, including this lady, the dude out in PA, and the sister down in Georgia not too long ago, right? Was that Douglas County or was that Douglasville, something along those lines?
She's still, I think they're still in the process. I don't think she, but I mean,
Well, I know
there
she
have
was
been other
arrested.
judges. Yeah, there have been other judges for sure. No question about that. So, but no, I have to look that one up. She was the one that she had a lot of trouble. She had a lot
going on. She had a lot going on down there. I don't know if she's actually going to trial yet, but I do know she's been arrested and at least charged at this point. I don't know if her case has come to some form of resolution just yet, but it's happening. Now, people got to understand, hey, with this administration, I would assume that things are going to be a little different. Now, the previous administration, you kind of get away with a whole bunch of things if you were on the right side. If you were on the right side. Now, I got a question to ask you guys. We can go around. You can yes or no if you want to add any little context to it. If Kamala Harris would have won, do you think that this particular judge would have found herself in the predicament that she's in?
No, because there would have been no ICE deportations.
Yeah, the immigration would have just still been gate policy.
This place would have been overrun with everything under the sun. I think we would have become a third world country by now. In the few months that she would have been in office, we would have been in the third world country already.
Wow. Why you want to make us think about stuff like that?
Right?
That's nightmare. It's Christmas time. It's Christmas time, brother.
Well, Jay, you're right. There would not be any ICE wouldn't be, running around the country the way they are right now.
Yeah.
The borders would be, basically
you wouldn't have had
a
Homan
20-lane highway.
So you wouldn't have Homan, you wouldn't have the governor, the former governor of South Dakota, Kristi Noem. These guys wouldn't have been there to do the immigration like they're doing. It would have just been another open door policy. Whereas, hey, come in, get your free vouchers. Here's your cell phone. Here's your court date. 5 years from now, you can show up or you can't. Don't show up. It's fine.
And Americans would have been third-rate citizens.
And I would have had to go get my 2A.
Well, you don't have to go and get your 2A. You have your 2A. You have that.
No, I'm saying I would have had to go and actually purchase one.
Don't you live in Atlanta?
Yeah.
Shouldn't you just be operating, in that anyway?
Had this discussion that I said I still need to go learn how to do that. We
Why? Why do you have to still learn?
Because I've never learned to do it. Listen.
All right. Well, when I come next time, one of the next comes out, I'm down that way, and I'm down there a while. We got to go hit the range. Come on now.
So we can teach you.
Put me down on that trip too. I want to go.
Let's go.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Okay. We'll make it happen. Shout out to Mary Payne coming through with the $5 super chat. Says love listening to you all. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Shout out to Hunter coming through with the $5 super chat. Says I think these Democrats, especially these judges, watch too much Judge Dredd and think that's how the law works.
I am the law.
I've seen Judge Dredd.
Right.
I don't think I've ever watched it. I don't think I've ever watched Judge Dredd.
What?
Yes.
No, I don't think I have. Shout out to Heather Rose coming through with the $5 super chat. Says she should be tried for treason. She violated the Constitution. She can clean toilets. Okay. Right. Thank you, Energizer Bunny, again, coming through with the $5 super chat. Says if Kamala got elected, we'd be in prison, not on a podcast. These streets would be over. They'd be overrun with the illegals, and the government would be going. What's the BR stand for? What does that mean?
I think it's broke.
The government would be going
broke.
Broke.
I think, I go with broke for 200.
We'll go with broke. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
He said we'd be a president instead of a podcast. I like that.
Hey, he may be on to something. He may be on to something with that one for sure. He may be on to something for sure. Let's keep it moving. Hit the like button for me. I want to play this clip for you guys. Oh, bankrupt? Is that what? Okay, bankrupt. Okay, boom. Okay. Oh, it just popped through. Okay, I see it. Thank you. Thank you, Energizer Bunny. Appreciate you, bro. Yeah, BR. Broke worked as well. Broke. Bankrupt. Okay.
Same thing.
Capitalize next time. That might help. That might help. But hit that like button for me if you haven't done so already. Super chat, super thanks are greatly appreciated. I want to play this clip. There's a Brown student that's going viral right now. And he's going off because the University of Brown has a $46 million deficit. And man, he goes in as to why and can't understand why. This is crazy. Let me play this for you guys.
Okay, and I'm a rising junior at Brown University, one of the most exclusive institutions in the world. But I'm not here to glorify the Ivy League. I'm here to warn you that the promise of American higher education, of opportunity through meritocracy, is under attack. I'm a legacy student at Brown. I went to a prep school that feeds to the Ivy League, and my parents are doctors who can afford the $93,000 a year sticker price. In other words, I'm exactly who the Ivy League was built for. But what about the kids who weren't born on third base? Statistically speaking, for a smart kid from a poor family, an Ivy League degree can power their ascent to the upper income brackets better than anything else. That's the American dream. But today, that dream is now a luxury good. According to the New York Times, at Brown, the median student's family makes over $200,000 a year. Half the student body comes from the top 5% of earners. And research by Brown's own professor, John Friedman, shows that even equally qualified low-income students are vastly underrepresented. At this very moment, the American people are tightening their belts, and Brown is raising tuition to beyond $90,000 a year. And even while charging students the price of a luxury car, Brown is on track to run a $46 million deficit this year. Where's all the money going? I'll tell you where it's going. It's going into an empire of administrative bloat and bureaucracy. Brown employs 3,805 full-time non-instructional staff for just 7,229 undergrads. That's one administrator for every 2 students. This isn't education. This is bloat, paid for on the backs of students and families who are mortgaging their futures for a shot at a better life. Meanwhile, Grace Calhoun, Brown's athletic director, earns over $1 million. A household assistant on payroll tends to University President Christina Paxson. And when budget cuts are made, these expenses stay while the student experience deteriorates. My dorm floods when it rains, and the burger patties in our dining hall have been replaced by an unappetizing beef-mushroom blend. The idea that Brown's administration can be streamlined isn't conjecture. We didn't used to have these many administrators. Across the nation, the number of university administrators has risen by 162% in recent decades. And it's no coincidence that correspondingly, the cost of education has risen 181% in inflation-adjusted dollars since the 90s. Across the pond, a world-class education at Oxford or Cambridge can cost about half as much as an Ivy League degree, in part due to a much lower administrative burden. The status quo has a real human cost. I recently learned of a brilliant young man from Pensacola, Florida, who got into Brown but was forced to walk away because the financial aid wasn't enough. Brown says it meets 100% of demonstrated need, but Brown gets to decide what that need is. Middle-class students in particular suffer from these policies, earning too much to qualify for generous scholarships, but not enough to go to Brown without straddling themselves with significant amounts of debt. And let's not forget that Brown is one of several Ivy League schools that settled a federal antitrust lawsuit last year for allegedly colluding to suppress financial aid offers. I'm a reporter for the Brown Spectator, and to document this problem, I created a website called Bloat at Brown that used AI to assess whether each administrative role was actually necessary. I sent each administrative employee a Doge-style email to ask them, what do you do all day? Instead of answering, Brown's response was retaliation. My social security number was leaked. Our website was hacked. And Associate Dean Kirsten Wolf launched a disciplinary investigation into a litany of baseless charges, such as emotional harm. When they couldn't get me, they charged every single board member of the Brown Spectator, an unprecedented attack on student journalism. But we refused to back down, and we won our hearings. There was no misconduct, only exposure, and that's what Brown feared the most. This committee has a responsibility, not just to investigate Ivy League antitrust violations, but to reclaim the American dream from those who have twisted it into a racket. I call on you today to subpoena Brown's president, Christina Paxson, and ask her why Brown costs $93,000 a year.
$93,000 a year. Now, doing a little bit of research, the average Ivy League grad, after about 5 years, they're earning about $80K, which is a substantial amount of money. I'm not poo-pooing $80,000. That's a good chunk of change. That's a good earning or a good wage. But at at a $90,000 a year clip. Is it worth it? I don't think so. That's just my opinion. But we'll start with you, Minister. You can go with this wherever you want to go. What are your thoughts on any of this?
I'm impressed that finally someone's starting to talk out about this, and I admire the young man for the way he expressed himself and the work he's doing. It's been a racket for a long time. This is the college system has been a racket for a long time, especially in the Ivy League schools. All that money was going someplace. Not only is the money going to the wrong people, but it's coming from the wrong people. A lot of foreign countries have been pouring money into these schools. So yes, I'm glad that it's being talked about. It should have been talked about a lot long ago, and it should be talked about a lot more now. You cannot have this kind of racket going on in our nation be helped, because these same people who are being in these racket schools are being taught false information. So it's a lot going on here that's harming our nation. But yeah, they need to shut a lot of these schools down, remove a lot of these people that are running these schools. They need to be investigated. They need to be their finances needs to be examined carefully on a regular basis. Where the money's going to, who's getting paid what. That has to be done, because if you don't put attention to it and start dealing with it, it's going to continue. And I'm glad to hear that happening. I hope it happens a lot more often.
Yeah, I would agree. Jay, what you want to get in there?
For sure. I think we need to have an honest conversation about education in the United States. And that's across the board, from pre-K all the way up to doctorate programs. Not everybody's supposed to go to college. And sadly, I think the reason Brown and look, y'all know I love Morehouse, but the reason these schools are able to raise these numbers is because everybody's trying to get into them, but everybody doesn't need to go to them. And therein is the rub. And I think if we just had an honest conversation, and you know what, maybe you don't need to go to college. Maybe you are a trade school type of kid and move on. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Make trade schools great again. And I think if we really push that and had an honest conversation, I think a lot of us would be happier. And I don't think we would have because Brown's going to do this because they get 50,000 applicants every year. I mean, I got a Duke a Duke student right here. I think they got it was some astronomical number this year of students and applicants. It's a lot. So I totally can get why people have that problem and such like that. But I think it's because we've created this gross supply that's caused for fraud. It's kind of like if there's a big supply for people that just will pay anything for Jordans, well, that means that there's going to start becoming fake Jordans on the market because everybody wants to wear Jordans or everybody wants to wear Adidas, which are the better and superior shoes. My problem is because we've flooded so many people wanting them, the supply, the demand has outstripped the supply. So now we got this bogus supply out here that people are realizing dang, I've been getting fake Jordans or these fake shell toes, and I really shouldn't even have got them. There we go.
Celeste, I want to get you in there on a conversation, and then Jay Witt, I think you're absolutely right there. You have entirely too many people going to college, but this is a trickle down from high schools. You're not really allowed to discuss. One of my friends is a football coach. He coaches high school football out here. And he's had conversations with the kids that he coached and letting them know, hey, trade schools are out, maybe starting a small business, some form of service business. That's a route that you could attend as well. The military is another route that you could go out of high school. Everybody is not college material and everybody shouldn't have to go to college. Well, he was saying that some kind of way it got back to an administrator. He gets pulled into the office and say, hey, you can't talk like that to these kids. You can't tell them that they can't go to college or that they should not be thinking about going to college. So he was told, stop having those types of conversations. Although he's a football coach, he's not a teacher. He's just a coach. And he's actually trying to give these young men some actual real insight. And he's not allowed to do so without getting his hands slapped. So that's a problem. The other thing, too, is that the guaranteeing that the federal government has done of these student loans, that has also caused the cost to be to go up. It's actually exacerbated the cost because anytime the federal government starts to guarantee things, you can count that the price of it is going to go up. And it's pretty daggone ridiculous. And the thing is that people go to college and they don't think about college and taking out these loans the same way they would if they were to take the same money or maybe a fraction of the money and start a business. you would be thinking about, okay, how am I going to recoup my money if I take 10,000 and start this business or start this food truck or whatever the case may be, in comparison to I'm gonna take out $90,000 a year. No one ever discusses how am I gonna pay this back. Even, just looking this up, when you think about an Ivy League grad that, okay, you make $80,000 a year. Is that enough realistically to pay back a $90,000 loan that you took out 4 times? Is that really enough money to do that? It's really not. And if you went to a bank and said that, and think about this, if you went to a bank and your business did numbers like this, they wouldn't give you a loan. They would not give you a loan. They wouldn't. Celeste, what are your thoughts?
You're absolutely right. I wrote about this extensively in my book. The corruption in higher education began, and it begins and ends with the Federal Reserve. This idea of subsidizing higher education has made the price go up. If you think in 1970s, a semester in your average state school was somewhere just under $3,000. Now you're looking at $90,000 a year for 2 semesters. So that goes to show you the absolute inflation that has happened with education. And the way most things, if you understand inflation is the distortion of the real price of an item. So if you think of the education itself, the degree as the item, the degree becomes more inflated every May. So as more students graduate in your program, the less valuable that degree becomes, but the more expensive that degree has become. So it is always the truth is it never fails. The higher the price, the lower the quality. So you've got you're paying for a low quality education at an extremely high price. It is it's a deception that I think it should be criminal. Students should stop doing this. Parents should get over this nostalgia of thinking about college and university as it was when they had that experience. They remember when they went to school. They remember the friendships that they made when they went to school. And they remember the way that they were able to enter the middle class as a result of that higher education. That is no longer available to your children. That happened to you 30 years ago, but it does not exist for them. This is a trap to put these children in perpetual debt. And unlike the $10,000 that you mentioned, Wise, that you go to a bank to borrow, this type of borrowing is the worst type of borrowing, because that money is non-refundable, it is non-negotiable, it is non-remittable. It is the only way to borrow money for which there is no consequence and no way to come back later. You can't refinance it. There is no way to renegotiate or get out of that insanely ridiculous debt. It is absolutely the best way to make a debt slave. And the way you do it is, no matter what that person comes out earning, you get paid first. You are owed first. So they are a debt slave from the very beginning of trying to have a work life and trying to establish themselves financially as adults. They are delayed in doing that by somewhere between 10 and 15 years, because the debt that you have placed on top of their head for, in most cases, for a degree that isn't worth the paper it's printed on. This thing is horrible. And parents are in deception, and their deception is being manipulated by high school administrators, and that manipulation is the payoff for jobs programs for professors who, for the most part, couldn't be paid for anything because they possess no skills. This is just a jobs program and a way to money launder to activists posing as professors.
Excellent.
That's an excellent point, Celeste. And you're absolutely right. And the thing is, I said the 10,000. An 18-year-old is not getting a $10,000 loan from any bank. Not one bank. Now think about this. They won't give an 18-year-old a $10,000 loan for a business idea. If they can create a plan, you won't, but they will give you $90,000 a year in a loan.
It's federally
You know what I'm saying?
backed. They've written their money. It's federally backed by our taxpayer dollars.
Yep.
People got to start understanding that our college institutions are probably some of the oldest NGOs in this country. That's where the money's transferred. Brown right now sitting on an $8 billion endowment. What's $45 million deficit to $8 billion? Nothing.
They shouldn't have a deficit with that. There shouldn't be a deficit.
The deficit is so that they can in turn cry to the Papa government to get a bigger check. That's all that is. It's just to take more money from you, so therefore they can in turn give it to their friends and push that NGO status.
It's a racket.
All these institutions are. It's a
racket.
While in turn indoctrinating your children to that same group think, so that they in turn don't question it.
A racket.
I mean, that's the bottom line. That's what it is. It's a racket that is indoctrination of your children. And the way they fix that is they make so that your cost of living is so high that mom and dad both have to stay in the workforce and work 40-hour work weeks, so that you can't question the schools because you got to drop them off to their daycare, which is their public school system, so they can teach your children.
There's ways to combat that, though.
Oh, absolutely, it is.
So there's ways to combat it.
Homeschool, live underneath your means. That's the problem. But let's face it, on average, the propaganda machine is constantly pushing in your face, including social media, that everybody else has something that you ain't got. And if you just work and grind 80, 90 hours a week, somehow your life's going to be better. It's not going to be better. Because I can tell you right now, as hard as I work on in this small business, the more money tax man takes. You only make so much until you get past the gatekeepers. I don't care how hard you work. They're going to get theirs. For the average person, unless you start playing these crooked games. I mean, I hate to say it, but it's a racket. It's true. And
you're right.
Unfortunately,
but how much of this do we need to put on parents? Because, like, even for me, with my son right now in college, I wouldn't allow him to go to one of the bigger schools. I'm like, dude, you're going to the 2-year. It's a fraction of the cost of going to a UM or Salisbury or one of these other schools out there. It doesn't make sense. Financially, it doesn't make sense. Take your butt to the 2-year. I don't care what they're talking about.
What I'm saying. But so what I'm saying is, it is the parents' it's the responsibility of the parents to guide their children. So this is why as the government looks out for the government. The whole point of government is self-survivability. That's its number one agenda. Everything else is secondary, unfortunately. That's why most states, the biggest employer in any state is the state. That's just what it is.
It's like that out here for sure.
Because it's all about self-sustaining. So we need to keep people thinking the same way. So we need to make sure that taxes and the standard of living constantly goes up while your wages constantly stay the same, so that you can continue to rely on them more and more. That way you can be occupied more and more, because the more you're occupied having to work and daily grind, the less you are paying attention to your children and what they're doing to them.
And whatever everything else that's going on in the world. There's a lot of people heads in the sand, not because they really want their heads in the sand. It's because, like you said, they're preoccupied with just trying to survive.
You know, something that I always take everything back biblically, and it's the love of money is the root of all evil, right? And this to me is all about the love of money, because like some of the people are saying in my comments here, $93,000 a year. I don't even make $93,000 a year. That's not even my
the average person salary. Makes $58,000 a year.
Yeah,
that's the average salary.
And he's saying there's one administrator for every 2 students. So that's you crazy. Just have a bunch of people there just wasting
study hall
time. Exactly. There's a bunch of people collecting money, just collecting checks. And
but in turn, they take that money that they're collecting and they give back to their liberal ideas.
Yeah,
that's the NGO status that you're describing.
100%. So what I'm looking at is, I always, I always look at college and I always find it very interesting because, I went out into the workforce, and my sister and I always laugh because there are people that graduate from college and they come in and they work in our, like when we were working in, while I was working in commercial real estate, and they come in, they come graduated with their degrees, and I having a degree in this and a degree in that, and they can't even do the simplest thing that I will ask them to do.
Come
They
on,
don't
sis. Come on.
understand. They can't. You're like, can you fix the P&L? They graduate with their accounting degree, but can you help me? Can you put the P&L together? The what? I don't understand what that means. Well, what in the world did you go to school for? What do you mean? Why don't you understand what that is?
Wait, hold up, Crystal. Hold up before you keep going. And I'm sorry to cut you. They graduate with an accounting degree, don't know what a P&L is.
She's right. She's
I'm
right.
very
That's
serious.
insane.
Yes. There are people that graduate accounting degree, finance degree, and they can't tell you these things. And I'm sitting here now, mind you, I went to 2 years of college, didn't finish, became a mom, and focused on my kids. My sister didn't graduate from college; she finished high school, and that was it. Yet, we know more than the people that actually have degrees, and that's the part that's crazy to me. Then what in the world did you go to school for? You just put out all this money, and you can't even tell me a simple thing like a line item on a spreadsheet. Like, you can't even tell me these things, and it baffles us every time.
But
And
here's
they
go ahead.
make you feel like you're less than because you don't have a degree. But usually, a good portion of the time, you know way more than the people with the degree. Exactly what y'all said. It's just a piece of paper. And the thing is, I had to go look this up because if this was something because I started doing side work, my side hustles. I was doing public relations and event management. And to me, I never understood why those things became degrees, because that's the love of money is the root of all evil, because they made those things into degrees. Why do you need a degree to do public relations? Why do you need a degree to
Come
do
on.
event management? Like, to
Come
put
on.
a party together, to put
Yes.
together an event, you need a degree, and they charge you crazy for these degrees. And mind you, take for instance event management. It became a degree in 2006. So they look at things that they could make money off of. And as they keep going, that's what they're doing. So that's why now we have gender studies as a degree, and how to speak to the opposite sex as a degree. Like, what in the world? Why are
But
these
think about this,
degrees?
Crystal. In the next 2-3 years, all those white collar jobs, those entry level white collar jobs, are being replaced by AI. Now they're going to go and get $300,000 in debt, and there's going to be 0 jobs for them.
And that's the part. That's why I was very, my son, when he was younger, he wanted to go to MIT, and I was all like, okay, baby, because he wanted to do something in tech and this and so on and so forth. Then as he got older, it was just like, no, Georgia State is good for you. That's cool. Go ahead, go to Georgia State. That's fine if that's what you want to do. But then my thing to my children
Text
has
right
been,
there. You know.
I always say to them, do not go to college. I was very adamant. Do not go to college for one of these makeshift degrees. Do not tell me you're going to school for no business administration degree. I don't want to hear it. You better be going in there for a degree because you're about to become some kind of doctor, some kind of lawyer,
Doctor, engineer,
specialized
Right.
engineer, something. Like, you better be going to to school for that. Because if you come in and you tell me I'm going to be going to go to get a business degree, please go get a job somewhere, because that doesn't make any sense.
Go
That
get a
doesn't make-
job, find a mentor,
because
because that's where
usually
you're going to do it.
when you get those business degrees, again, you come out of college and you know less than the people that have actually just been out there working this entire time. Everybody who goes out and gets a job, I'm telling you, we know more. So it's better for you to go, stop wasting your time, stop wasting your money, stop giving people money. They need to do Doge across all industries at this point, because it's a whole bunch of people taking money, and it's a bunch of slush funds in all industries. Let's just be real. Let's just be
I
real.
hate to
So
say it,
Amen.
with
we need
the
everybody to go through everything, and we need parents to understand. Stop that whole ideology that they push when we were young. Because y'all know I'm a Gen X baby, and as a Gen X baby, it was all about go get your degree, go get your degree. No, stop doing that to the kids. Look at who your children are. See what they're striving for. And if it does not need college, look. When my kids were in middle school, I made them write a list, and I made them look it up. I said, write a list about the things you want to be when you grow up. And after that, now map it out. how can you get there with or without college? I want you to map that out, because that way, if it doesn't need college, what in the world are you going to college for? Don't go out there trying to take loans. Don't go and do all. It's unnecessary.
When
I
the
don't
world's
want you to
changing.
kind of debts.
Yeah,
I don't want-
exactly. Like this whole, I mean, I hate to say it, but you listen to the experts in the next couple of years, this world is changing from what we know today. With AI, I mean, people are going to be losing their jobs by the millions.
And I want to pick up on Grasso with this, because we accustomed to living in a situation where people are walking around with all this debt from going to college, and it's sort of their personal problem. The world isn't shaking because you're carrying this amount of debt and you're hoping that the economy expands so it can accommodate you. And when it contracts, you're complaining or whatever. But it's far more serious than that right now, because Grasso is correct. The laptop class is about to be wiped out, and they don't know it. They don't know that they no longer are needed in the new AI economy, which is coming quick, fast, in a hurry. And when that happens, you're going to have massive amounts of people, several generations of people who are carrying large amount of debts with no possible jobs. It's not that you were laid off and you can move to an industry. You remember they used to talk about transferable skills. You take the skills that you used in one job, you repackage them into a new industry that's expanding. That is gone. You can't transfer to the AI. You can't become the large language data model. And when that happens, you are going to have a bunch of angry people with no ability to support themselves in the current system. And if you think you are seeing violence and craziness now, you let those people who thought they were elite, who thought they could sit in Lululemons and in yoga pants on a laptop and earn $200,000 a year, find out that there is no place in the economy for them. Talk about hitting the streets.
And then add rolling blackouts on that, rolling brownouts, because of the lack of energy we have in the grid, because of how much energy AI is taking.
And
those data centers.
And the flirtation with socialism that we have now is going to become an all-out love affair.
Economic collapse.
They will topple this country, even if it takes revolutionary means to do that. We are sitting on the precipice of an extremely dangerous situation, and there's very little focus on it.
Exactly.
And so that's why they said that their motto, over there in the WEF&M, is to own nothing and be happy, because that is their goal, to own nothing and be happy.
Yeah. They know economic collapse is coming on a world scale, not just on a country scale. It's a world scale. If you
because
look at
they're promoting
economies of
they're
every
promoting
country in the world,
it's on purpose.
They're promoting
it.
That's what they need. Wow. They need to collapse the system in order to remake it in the image they want.
I understand what you guys are saying, and I get it. But when we think about the different revolutions that have happened, across the world, and we can just look at it in our country, and you think about the Industrial Revolution and the second Industrial Revolution, every time we had one of those, people came out and said, man, people are going to lose jobs. And they did. But no one ever talks about the new jobs that get created.
True.
AI, yes, is going to cause people to lose jobs. I agree with that. But the fearmonger of there's not going to be any jobs, I disagree with that.
There'll be jobs.
AI is going to AI is actually creating new jobs. Everybody said the same thing when during each industrial revolution, because something happened and it caused certain people to lose jobs. If you guys recall, we'll go back 100 some odd years or so, a little more than that. There was horse and buggies, right? And there was an entire industry around carriages and horses and horseshoes for the horses, and people who cleaned up the waste from those horses on the streets. And when the car was implemented, people were like, "Oh my gosh, these cars are going to cost people jobs," and they did. But they created new jobs.
When I can buy a $30,000 robot and teach him how to build a fence, I'm buying 5 of them and I'm firing everybody.
Understood. I understand that. No, I do agree. I understand, Grasso. I get it.
I'm coming from a small business point.
No. Let me finish. And I do understand exactly what you're saying. But Those machines, those robots, somebody's got to program them. Somebody's got to maintain them. Somebody's got to maintain those data centers that keep everything online. So I'm just saying that the fear monger that AI is going to come in and wipe out everybody's jobs.
No, I said
some jobs are going to go away.
White collar jobs.
Well, some of those jobs are going to go away as well. But I do believe that this new industrial revolution, which is around AI and artificial intelligence and other things, machine learning, big data, so forth and so on. Yes, it's going to cost some jobs, but it's also creating and going to continue to create new jobs.
It will wipe out jobs of the people who don't want to progress. Put it that way, because like,
but hasn't that always been the case?
Right.
Hasn't that always been the case?
I'm with you because that even when they started talking AI, I remember my dad called immediately. He was like, "You and your sister need to make sure you understand AI and prompts and AI prompts and all those things, and figure out machine learning. Try and learn these things because you don't want to become obsolete." And so again, I think it wipes out the jobs and the degrees of all these fake degrees that they got going on, like gender studies and business admin, all these little degrees they have people under. That AI will wipe these all out.
But like we were talking about with all these fake things, they've been sold this lie, and now they're massively in debt, that with no jobs. And if you look at any model, especially like the tertiary model, when you start getting a lot of educated people who've been sold a lie and there's not enough high-paying jobs to go around, you are getting a revolution. It's going to happen. There's two things are going to happen. I guarantee it. There's going to be a world economic collapse, and there's going to be World War III because of it. Either one or both of those two things are going to happen, and one is going to be the result of the other.
But you know what, though, Grasso? I mean, that's doom and gloom. People said the same thing in 1998, 99. You know what I'm saying? People had the same, they were fear mongering the same way. The world's going to come to an end. World War III is going to happen because of Y2K. The fear mongering is there. The fear mongering is out there. I get it. And I get it. I just think
there wasn't machines
every time we have a new industrial revolution, every time it happens, you get people out there scaring the bejesus out of people, saying that there's not going to be any opportunities out there because the next industrial revolution happens. And then we find out that those jobs did go away. Say that again.
Watch, can your boys buy a house right now?
Right now? No, but I couldn't buy I couldn't buy a house at 19.
The average age now is 40 and constantly going up.
That is going up, but some of that has to do with the fact that a lot of people are making bad decisions. I think some of it has to do with people making poor choices.
Your average house is $415,000. $415,000. The average house. The average person makes $50,000 a year. That math don't math. And I don't care how much you try to make it math, it ain't going to. These people are going, like you said, like Celeste, like Crystal said, like Celeste said, you're going to own nothing and you're going to love it, or you're going to die.
Wise, I agree with your point. I agree with Rosso too. Actually, both of you guys are right. We're at a time where we've never been at before. You're right. In the past, a change has come, and people were doom and gloom, but we worked it out. They made the adjustment. But there comes a time in society, based upon the technology and things that are going on and the people who have power, there's going to come a time where you're not going to make that adjustment that easily. But Celeste was saying was, yes, we have to be aware of what's coming up, what the new thing is, and we have to get on board. And like you said, Wise, people who have common sense enough to move with the times and to make the adjustment, they'll probably be able to do a lot better. But there are factors involved. There are people involved. There are governments involved. There are a lot more control that's being put in place that we don't know what the future holds. Now, even the Bible tells us there's going to come a time when there's going to be a new world order, where there's going to be now again, to ignore that doom and gloom is not wise, but to allow that doom and gloom to stifle you is also not wise. Absolutely. We got to do what we got to do. Likewise, that's why I'm with you. We got to do what we got to do. We got to learn what we can learn. We got to apply ourselves where we can apply ourselves and not worry about that doom and gloom, because if it's going to come, it's going to come. What are you doing to protect yourself and your family when that time comes? That's what we have to focus on. You cannot stop what's going to happen. If it's already ordained, the word of God already says it's going to happen, fine. That's cool. But we got Jesus, and he gives us understanding. He gives us wisdom. The people who are going to suffer most are people who are following the stupidity and believing in the stupidity. We've got God. We got God's word. We need to focus on that. We need to be alert We're not supposed to be. The Bible talks about us not being children of the dark, but of the light, not of the day, of the night, but of the day. We're supposed to be alert. We're supposed to be sober. Amen. We are supposed to be watchful. We're supposed to be looking at what's best, the best options we have. We're supposed to be communicating with each other to make sure that we all okay. You know, Celeste, are you doing okay? You know, Krista, you doing okay? You know, are you keep a check with each other, help support each other, because what's going to happen is going to happen. We got Jesus. We've got to make sure that we are doing our part to be steady, to be stable, and to make sure that we're okay. But we cannot stop what's going to happen. It's going to happen. One way or another is going to happen. But yes, you're right, Wise. No doom and gloom. Listen.
Yeah, well, things are going to change too. You got to think about this. I can think of right now, when you think about all these new data centers that are being put up all around the country, right? They're putting them up all over the place. Those are new jobs. And some of them are new jobs, and some of them are jobs that people thought were going to go away. I worked in the tech industry, and y'all hating on me. Y'all make me feel bad because I have a business degree.
I do too.
Y'all make me feel bad. That's what my degree is in. That's my degree. But you know what I'm saying? It is what it is, and I understand where you guys are coming from. Yeah. But when you think about the new jobs that are going to come, and then the resurgence of some of the older jobs, I worked in the staffing arena, tech-wise, right? Early 2000s, when the tech industry really started to boom, network engineers, architects, those were major positions because it was about the network and the wiring and all the fiber optics that needed to be laid. And everybody said about, we're 2025, so about 15 years ago, people said that network engineering is done. It's going away. With the advent of these data centers, all those network admin jobs, those network architect jobs, all them things, they're coming back. All those people that are needed to lay all that lining, all that wire, all those fiber optics, all of those jobs that we thought were going away, those are actually resurging. They're coming back. Not to mention, you think about the trades. In order to have data centers, you got to have, it's got to stay cool, right? All the HVAC positions are about to boom. Electricians are about to boom all over again. So I'm just saying that I understand that AI is going to come in and it's going to displace some people, but it's also going to open up some opportunities for others, for a lot of people as well. If you are willing to see that, hey, there is a change happening, I got to go get into this industry. The problem is you have too many people, and I don't say this to denigrate folks, but you have too many people that aren't taking the time to use their cell phones and to use the internet properly to figure out the direction that the job market is heading. No different than what happened in the late 90s, early 2000s. There were no conversations around getting your children into some of these STEM opportunities, and they had kids going to college, taking out loans for positions that were going to be obsolete in 5 to 10 years, because that did happen in the early 2000s. And then people were like, I got this degree, I can't get a job. And that's exactly what is going to happen right now. People got to stop. They got to look at what's going on. Where are we headed? And what are the jobs that are going to be in demand now and in the next 10 years? We got to start looking at it that way. And when you go and send your kid off to college, and if they have to obtain some form of loan, you got to look at that loan as, I'm investing in my business because you are the business. And you got to look at it. How am I going to recoup that money? You know what I'm saying? That I have spent on this education. And unfortunately, too many people, and it doesn't matter what your ethnicity is in our country, are still okay with just sending their kid off to college, not thinking about, I'm taking on this much debt, it's going to cost this much money, this is the skill set that I'm going to attain, and this is how I'm going to pay it back, and then continue to take care of myself. We got to start having realistic conversations. Minister Denzel and Celeste, you can piggyback off of that.
You're absolutely right, Brother Wise. No question about what you just said is right on point. My only caveat with that is, again, I'm only reminding you guys that we're living in a whole different age now with AI. There's a lot of things that the Bible says is going to happen that can and will happen as a result of AI. And we have to be, because see, you can get hyped up on your productivity and forget about the spiritual consequences that's going on. And you get discouraged when these things start hitting the fan. So I'm saying, I'm trying to prepare our brothers and sisters to be prepared for this AI or this new world
whatever
order.
It is. It may not be AI though, Minister Denzel, because people were talking about this. People were talking about the new world order and the mark and Revelations before Y2K.
I agree.
I remember people having these conversations before 2000. You know what I'm
agree.
saying?
You're absolutely right. I agree. My point is that time has moved on. We're moving on. The technology is greater. There's going to be some things happening. Trust me, these people ain't crazy. These people got money and power. They're not stupid. They're looking for the best way to do their controlling. It's going to happen. The Bible made it clear. It is definitely going to happen. There's going to be a new world order. There's going to be a one world government. There's going to be a one world religion. And you cannot do that without the major technology that's coming up now. All I'm saying is that Christians have to be prepared for everything, and not just be focused on your natural success and forget about the spiritual consequences that's coming up also. We need to be focused on both.
Celeste, you want to get in there real quick?
Yeah, I think you're both right. I think you're both right in this sense. I'm not saying necessarily doom and gloom for the Armageddon, although I do know that the Armageddon was promised to us in the book, and so it is coming. Now, The fact of the matter is, if you go and read history, human beings have always, in every age that they've lived in, there has always been a threat, real or perceived, to human survival. So it is in the nature of being human is a level of preoccupation about our own extinction. So that has always been with us, and it probably will always be with us. A little bit of the difference between, say, now and the Industrial Revolution is that we did not have the technological capacity to bring the level of total destruction that was prophesied that we do have now. We say that everyone is going to take a mark. We actually do have the ability to chip the entire planet. We have not previously had that ability in the Industrial Revolution. We have not had the type of technology. So the wicked has always desired our slavery and submission to them. That is not new, but their ability to actually get our slavery and in a mass, inexpensive, intentional way is what is new, and that is what is scary. However, what we can say is whether or not I still remain optimistic, because what I know is that these people have been trying to pull us away from God since the beginning, and they have failed. They still haven't been able to do it. God still remains on the throne. And much as they tried, I mean, if you think about it, they tried to wipe out entire populations just during COVID. You know, there were wicked people hoping COVID was going to be either they did it, or by happenstance, COVID would do the job for them. COVID didn't kill 1% of the entire of the human population. So the fact of the matter is, God has put in man something that is so incredible that it is very difficult. It must be, since they've been trying since the inception to get us and still can't do it. There is something in God that God has put in us that makes it, whether or not they desire it, it makes it hard to get. So I do believe that while their intents will intensify, so will our strength.
Crystal, did you want to add anything?
Yeah, I was just going to say, yes, I agree with the one man that I love listening to, Manny Johnson. He says, it is not gloomy days, it is glory days. We are in glory days. And at the end of the day, listen, I want people to understand that exactly what Celeste says. God has put something in each and every one of us. We have talents. The Lord has given us talents and gifts. He's given us the brain capacity to do the things that we need to do. Understand, the same way we're supposed to steward the blessings he's given us, money and all those things, we need to steward our time correctly.
Right.
So stewarding your time, take your time and learn things to advance yourself.
Yes.
Do the research necessary to say, you know what, I don't need to go to college for a degree to do A, B, and C. Let me, you know what, let me go to YouTube University and see what I can learn. Let me see what I can learn, because there's so many online places to learn different things.
Yes.
Even Christians, do not be afraid of AI, because God is going to need us in that industry as well. And I want you to know God needs his children in every industry. So again, steward your time, correctly, steward your learning correctly, steward everything correctly, because this is what the Lord has blessed us with,
Right.
the
Yes.
ability to learn these things and to take the time to learn these things. And we will be a lot better off, because in this time, listen, the reason why I say it's not gloomy days, it's glory days, is because this is the season the Lord wants us to whatever He's put in us, we need to be building it so He
Amen.
can bless it. And if we're
Amen.
not building it, He can't bless it. So get
That's
out
right.
there and start building, and
Amen.
stop holding to society and the government, and we got to go get these special degrees to look
Yeah.
like something. No, we are
Amen.
already
That's
something
right.
in
That's
God's
right.
eyes.
Amen. God bless you.
Couple super chats I want to read, and we'll keep it moving. Shout out to Papa Dodd coming through with the $10 super chat. Says, "See family, that says it all. Wise don't know who Judge Dredd is. We need to have an intervention on his part. We can't let him keep doing this to himself."
Hey, I dropped the link. I dropped a Judge Dredd link down there, I thought.
Wise, you're gonna have to like on your break, you really gonna need to sit down and watch some Judge Dredd, because we're all secretly judging you. We love
Really?
you.
Is it that good or is it that bad? Which one is it?
Is that worthy of
Yes.
you watching?
Yes.
Okay, I'll have to check it out. Hey, it's cold. This is my time of the year that I do spend time, because I'm in the house a little more because it's cold. So this is the time when I try to get some movies in. And Judge Dredd, if I'm not mistaken, that's an older movie, so I can rock with it. This new stuff, I'm iffy on it. I'm not saying I don't watch new movies, but
Judge Dredd is old though, so you good. Judge Dredd is an old movie.
okay, so I'm good. Okay, good. Shout out to 2020 Vision coming through with the $5 super chat. Says the college racket pipeline is what I agree with loan forgiveness. Our society has been pushing this for the last three generations, and it's become predatory. Absolutely. It's absolutely become predatory. Go pick up Celeste's book. She has is it a chapter, or there's at least more than one chapter on this
Yeah, there's a
scam of the college
extensive
system.
write up on this in the Go to College chapter. And it
Yeah.
talks about how go to college makes you poor, but not just individually poor. Our current system it drains the system of its wealth. The fraudulent Federal Reserve loan system is draining our country of our wealth.
Shout out to Teddy coming through. Been a member for a month. Shout out to you, brother. Appreciate you. Obama is to blame for this healthcare free money. Okay. Appreciate you. Shout out to AK Bauer coming through with the $5 super chat. I managed to get into the USPS, for those that don't know, United States Postal Service, at a good time and made a decent salary. However, trades are in short supply, are able to earn more than 25K. I did. Yeah. The trades are where it's at. Especially, the HVAC, your electricians, your welders, because obviously there's a lot of work being done on these bridges and roads. There's some money out there. The elevator techs, man, those dudes make tons of money.
Well, just
Goodness
data
gracious.
centers alone in our area.
Yeah, and the data
I
centers.
know a company
yeah.
that went from $80 million a year in sales, where they have been doing it consistently for 10 to 15 years, to now $800 million in sales for data centers alone.
That doesn't surprise me.
And the power requirements for these things are going to be through the roof. So your HVAC, your steam fitters, your welders, your electricians, these guys are going to clean up.
Yeah, they are.
Even in
Definitely.
property management, they have people who are because they need property managers to manage those data centers, and that's that has taken off from it used to be the commercial office space that used to be the big booming industry, but no, the industrial working with the data centers is taking off big
It's
time.
like we're kind of getting out of that thinking side and we're going more into the hands-on side. We're just kind of going backwards.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, everything's in cycles, right? Everything's in cycles. Shout out to Spaces.
Judges, man.
Shout out to Spaces coming through with the $5 super chat. Says shout out to my personal Wednesday night rival, Miss Celeste. By the way, late shift crew, y'all. Homework is to listen to J. Cole brackets, the censored version.
He trying to get everybody on J. Cole.
Everybody on J. Cole, man. Everybody on J. Cole.
Listen, all love to Spaces for me. I can't wait to see you again.
Shout out to Amethyst Angel coming through with the $5 super chat. Says learning happens in the doing. I've learned more via YouTube. Applying what I've learned, fixing locks, keyboard shortcuts, how to research, 5 W's and an H. What does that mean? How to research 5 W's?
Who, what, when, where, why, and how.
Okay. Got you. Okay. Goodness gracious. Sheesh. Do better. Goodness gracious. What's up, Michelle? Thank you for the $5 super chat. Says regarding horses specifically, it's thought as much as 20% of the workforce in 1900 was employed in horse-related careers. Yeah, it was a major industry back then. It was a major industry. And there were lobbyists that were trying to stop these vehicles from getting on these roads. But okay, yeah, shout out to Michelle. Again, coming through with the $5 super chat says the real AI revolution was the electric motor, which does the physical work of 100 man hours for a nickel.
Thanks, Tesla. Jesus.
Yeah,
Okay.
wow, man.
Look at Michelle coming through with the data today. Okay, the facts, data, and the statistics. Okay. Shout out to LJ with the $2 super chat says, if you have Jesus, you have peace, no doom and gloom.
That part. Glory days.
Like that. I like that. Thank you, LJ. And 2020 Vision coming through with the $2 super chat says, gotta watch both 90s Dread and the 2010s. There's two of them?
Yes, 90s is the one with Sylvester Stallone, and 2010 is the one with Colin Farrell. I love Sylvester Stallone, so yeah.
Okay, I didn't realize they did it twice.
Hollywood
has no new ideas.
I didn't know
Goodness
they
gracious.
Zero creativity. Come on now.
I thought they only had the one.
Wow. Okay. Which one should I watch? The 90s?
I would say the 90s.
Sylvester Stallone. For sure.
Sylvester Stallone. Yeah, you can't go wrong with Sylvester
Definitely.
Stallone. I like Sly. All right, let's keep it moving. I want to play this clip right here for you guys. They have officially rescheduled marijuana as a Schedule 3 drug on the list now. That has officially happened. The president was discussing it the other day. I wanted to play this for you guys and get your thoughts.
The facts compel the federal government to recognize that marijuana can be legitimate in terms of medical applications when carefully administered in some cases. This may include the use as a substitute for addictive and potentially lethal opioid painkillers, and they cause tremendous problems. This can do it in a much lesser way, can make people feel much better that are living through tremendous pain and problems. 40 states and multiple U.S. territories have already recognized the use of medical marijuana. This reclassification order will make it far easier to conduct marijuana-related medical research, allowing us to study benefits, potential dangers, and future treatments. It's going to have a tremendously positive impact, I believe. We're also asking Congress to reconsider its classification of hemp-derived CBD to ensure seniors can access CBD products they have found beneficial for pain and other reasons. Some people are literally dying, and they're dying with tremendous pain, and this can, in many cases, literally stop it. And they have their senses about them, as opposed to painkillers, which don't allow that, don't allow them to die with dignity, frankly. I promise to be the president of common sense, and that is exactly what we're doing. This is really something having to do with common sense. And it's something having to do with the fact that so many people that I respect ask me to do it. People that are having problems, big problems. They are having big problems with illness, with cancer in particular. I now want to ask Dr. Oz to say a few words, followed by Dr. Braun, Dr. Casseret.
All righty. So, yay or nay, we'll go around, and then I have another question to ask you guys. But are you good with this? With them rescheduling marijuana from Schedule 3 to from Schedule 1 to Schedule 3? Yeah or nay? Are you good with it, Jay?
No.
No?
No, there's entirely too many as it relates to the smoking of marijuana. No. If they want to talk about CBD and such like that, I think we could have a discussion about that. But the smoking of marijuana, I think, creates far more problems, and I'm sure anybody in law enforcement can probably testify that there's a lot of problems that come, unforeseen, unintended consequences that people did not intend or didn't forecast because we were trying to schedule this drug. So no.
Minister Denzel, what are your thoughts? Yay or nay?
As a former pothead, I can tell you that that legalizing this thing in that matter can cause more problems than good. I will tell you this: they can easily get the substances that are beneficial from that plant and use it medically without allowing smoking marijuana to become some non-issue. It can mess people's heads up. I never forget one time I thought I was brilliant when I was smoking marijuana. I really thought I was a genius. So one day I decided to record myself while I was high, talking and spewing my wisdom. And when I played that recording back when I got sober, I realized how dangerous marijuana was. Trust me, and it cured me of smoking marijuana. So it can cause some very serious problems. You're going to have a whole lot of crazy stuff happening. Yeah, I'm just thinking that you can. There's a right way and a wrong way to utilize the benefits of the plant without rising it like they plan on doing. It's going to cause some problem. But again, I think these leaders, these power mongers, they would rather have a pothead to deal with than a sober, wise citizen. So yeah, it may be to their benefit, but I'm not down with it.
Grasso, yay or nay?
No.
No? Okay.
No. You're demoralizing on top of decriminalizing. You're just, it's a recipe for destruction, in my opinion.
Okay. Crystal,
it's a short-term game, but you have long-term ramifications that are going to be far detrimental.
I support CBD. I support hemp. I cannot take the scent that already lives here in Atlanta because people seem to think that that's what you're supposed to do. So just imagine how much worse it's going to be. And as someone who is allergic to that, and I know a lot of people go, Crystal, how are you allergic? It closed my throat up. I'm telling y'all, there are people that are allergic to marijuana. That's a no for me. And people will find all different ways so that they can get it. Everybody gonna have some kind of glaucoma, something, so that everybody gonna come up with a reason in this world to get it. Let's just be real. Look, that they do it now, and it's just gonna be worse. And I already can't take the scent in Atlanta. They just gonna make it way worse.
Everybody in Atlanta getting tipsy.
That's what I'm saying. Listen, just give me the hemp and the CBD. I love CBD. Right. CBD works amazing. Hemp works amazing. I love the both of them. Listen, they're amazing. I love me some CBD. It's great for showering. It's great for the joints. CBD, hemp, all day long. That other stuff, that's a no for me.
Okay.
Celeste, don't get mad at me.
Yay or nay?
No. Heroin, medically known as morphine, has very important uses. This is not to say that marijuana cannot be used in medically and be extremely successful and provide great relief and be very important. I have an elderly aunt who takes marijuana because she wasn't eating. Now her appetite's up. She's, so life, it can provide some life extending and some high quality of life. But I don't think that's what we're talking about, which is why this is a deception. They are conflating the good works that marijuana can do medically with the recreational marijuana, for which we cannot see much good coming from it. In places where marijuana has already been decriminalized, you see high rates of accidents, vehicle, car accidents. You see all types of issues. Young people need to we need to promote young people staying away from marijuana, particularly young men, as it creates sexual dysfunction in young men. The older they get, nobody wants to talk about that. The rap music industry has been running around for 20 to 30 years, promoting how great smoking blunts are, not telling these young men, you can end up with the inability to perform sexually behind doing stuff like that. You have until 25 years old, you have to have an underdeveloped frontal cortex. Marijuana helps to stymie the development of that. So now you can't have sex and you're stupid. This is not the way to go. This is not the way to go. This recreational playing around with marijuana is no good. I am a no on this. If you want to help the elderly, if you want to help people suffering from cancer, if you want to help children and others stop seizure or who have childhood leukemia, all of that, 100%. Doctors and those people who know how to effectively dose that stuff should be able to administrate it. But Joe Schmo walking down the street, swollen up with Crystal's throat, so she's George Floyd, now she can't breathe. I'm against it. I'm against all of it.
Okay, and Grasso, I want to get you back. I want to get you in there real quick. I do want to say this. I guess I might be the sole person on the panel today that's like, I think this is a nothing burger. And the reality of it is this: what the president is doing is really putting marijuana on the same level as a Tylenol, Advil, so forth and so on, so it can be used. I mean, right now there's 40 states that have already either decriminalized or have just opened it up for and to include the district. I forget about the district, that have already either decriminalized as well as or open it up for recreational uses. And then there's a multitude of states that already allow it for medical purposes. But when you think about the Controlled Substance Act of 1970 that actually placed marijuana as a Schedule I drug, the reality of it is it should have never been placed as a Schedule I drug. It's nothing like a crack. It's nothing like cocaine. It's nothing like heroin. It's nothing like it. It should have never been there. It should have been at minimum a 3, at minimum. The same as alcohol. The same as alcohol. And the thing too is that I was, even here in Maryland, I was pro legalization, because what we do know about drug dealers on the corner, they gonna sell it to whoever. If you got that money, they gonna sell it to whoever they need to sell it to. So it actually opens it up for younger people to get access to this. I know here in the state, they just did a study on it. Since they've actually legalized marijuana here in the state of Maryland, young people are less likely to get a hold of it because you got to be 21 years old to purchase it, just like alcohol. Our alcohol usage in young people is down as well. And it's the same thing. But the other aspect of it as well is that you got companies out there. There's a business aspect to this. You already have 40 states. There are already dispensaries out there. The federal government is taking money. They're taking the money right now via taxes. They are being taxed and they're taking the bread. This is happening.
Well, and it's a cash business too.
And it's a cash business. Exactly.
Scheduling.
So scheduling it, that schedule change takes this from a cash business, so more money can flow through the banks. We got to think about the money aspect of this. The money right now is sitting in vaults, cash, because this is a cash business. This money does not get floated in the actual banking system. They need that money to flow in the banking system. It needs to get there.
Yes.
So borrowing and things of that nature can continue to happen. But you also think about what happened in the 70s and the reason why they made it a Schedule III. A lot of it had to do with some of your bigger businesses out there, big paper, the big pharmaceutical companies, private prisons, police unions. There are a lot of the reason why it is what it is, because everybody was making money off of it or trying to block the hemp industry from making money, because it actually creates better clothing. It's a better product to use for paper, clothing, textiles, you name it. It's an actual better, a better substance to use than what we're currently using or what we've been using. So I don't necessarily have a problem with it. And for adults, 21 years and older, if that's what you want to do, no different than those that go to bars and drink alcohol. If that's what you want to do, I don't have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with it at all. And I definitely don't have a problem with them taking it from, hey, this is something that is as deadly as heroin or something along those lines. It should have never been that in the first place. But Grasso, I know you wanted to add.
Yeah, no, I just wanted, after, because I have misspoke, so I wanted to correct the record. They did not decriminalize it. They did not legalize it federally. Rescheduling of drugs, like you said, it allows the researchers the ability to do more research on the uses of it, other than like a fentanyl or an opioid or something like that, where it's so strict you really can't do anything with it. And then, of course, like we had just talked about with the business effects, where I know, especially here in Maryland, all the dispensaries are cash businesses, because you're not allowed. The banks aren't going to touch anything.
They're cash businesses. They're cash businesses across the country.
Yeah, because federally it's still illegal. So it helps ease some of that. Research is good, but I don't know, because you look at states like Colorado and stuff where they have just straight blanketed, legalized, not just marijuana, but some really hard drugs as well, just for the sake of doing. And it's hurt more than helped. Not saying that marijuana is not beneficial. I have seen great relief from pain, especially through cancer patients. I mean, especially people who have chronic gut diseases and stuff like that. I mean, it works wonders. But then you also have to look at it too. Anything that can be used for good can also be used for evil. And so what do the benefits outweigh the risks? But again, I'm comparing apples to oranges right now because they have not legalized it. They've just changed the scheduling of it.
Yeah, they just changed the scheduling. That's it.
Of it.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's it.
So I need to correct my opinion there when it comes, because, like you said, I don't ever want to see it decriminalized.
Yes.
But
on the federal level, I don't think it needs to be, because if the states are doing what they're doing, the federal government just needed to drop it down to a Schedule 1 so it can be used for other purposes, the research from a medicinal standpoint. But you also think about, and Crystal talked about it, the CBD oils and the pain relief products. Mm-hmm. You can't do the proper research with it being at Schedule 3. So it needed to be knocked down to Schedule 1 for that purpose. The other thing people are not talking about too is that the energy aspect of things. It can be used to create biofuels, ethanol for gas. So there's a reason. I'm telling you, these people don't do anything. You got to follow the money. It's always about the money. So they're not doing this. The president didn't do this out the kindness heart for the potheads. Minister Dancel.
No,
I'm this ain't for the potheads.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. I agree with you. I misunderstood your question.
Yeah, he sees an economy that he's trying to fix.
For medical purposes, like I said in my comment, I did say for medical purposes is fine. It's just that you don't want to give the public who are potheads the incentive, or make them think that means that it's legal to just go ahead and smoke all day long.
Well, but that's a state issue, and the thing is, and I do understand where you're coming from with that as well. Mm-hmm. But when you think about the alcohol, there's package stores, there's liquor stores all around the country, and no one has to tell someone, hey, if you drink alcohol, don't come to work drunk. You're like, that's just you just know that. Granted fact, there are some people that do.
I wouldn't think that. It's true. Why?
There are people. I mean, I'm just saying there are people that do, but you shouldn't have to tell people, hey, when you're on the clock, don't come in here wasted. You know what I'm saying? Like, you shouldn't have to tell people that. And
I wish that was true.
But alcohol is still a major killer. It's a major problem.
No, I'm not saying that it's not. I'm not saying it's not.
We agree. I agree. I know your point is well taken. Again, I think that we all agree that the medical purposes is excellent. We got to make sure that we clarify that we're not saying that this is cool for somebody to use socially, and that's okay and that's good. They have a right to do it, right? But it's not good, and it can cause a lot of problems, and a whole lot of damage has been done as a result of it.
Yeah, a couple super chats I want to read them.
You're hilarious. I'm still laughing at the telling people not to come to work drunk. I'm like, clearly you ain't been in the office in a while. Love you too.
But we also, think about this. We've all seen the videos of the people. All right, Minister Dance, I know you got to get up out of here. Hey, man. Take care, brother. Appreciate you pulling up
Love
today.
You all.
But
love you.
But we've seen the videos of people, high on fentanyl at work on a serious lean, can't even function to do their job. We've seen it. We know that degeneracy is going to happen. People are going to do some degenerate things. I think we all understand it, but you're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to do it. You know what I'm saying? A couple super chats and then we'll get up out of here. Let me see. All right, LJ said 0.2% chance that Minister Dancel was a pothead. Hey, take that man for his word. He said it.
Was.
Shout out to LJ with the $5 super chat. Says you have a different vantage point when you're expecting the rapture in 5 years or less. I am just focused on staying on the narrow path. Okay, cool.
That's all you can do.
I can appreciate that. That's all we can do, right? That's all we can do.
Keep moving. Keep moving forward.
That's it, man.
Look,
with that being said, we're gonna get up out of here, man. I appreciate you guys pulling up. Thank you, Jay Witt. I know you had to bounce, and shout out to Minister Danzel as well. Thank you as well, Minister Danzel. I know you had to get up out of here as well. But thank you, Celeste and Crystal and Grasso. Short notice. And Grasso got the short notice text message this morning.
That's all good, bro.
But I do appreciate you pulling up and coming in and filling in.
I like coming in and
Grasso's
talking
another
my
OG on the
nonsense.
channel. He's been around for a long time, man. He just, he kicked me to the curb for a bit, but he back now.
It came with, the festivities, the holiday festivities.
Holiday festivities,
Yes.
Festivus for the rest of us, for my for my Seinfeld heads.
I love Festivus. Yes.
Serenity now.
That's old school right there, man. Old school. So I got an assignment today. I'm gonna have to I gotta watch Judge Dredd and I gotta listen to Spaces. I gotta go check out the censored version of Brackets by J. Cole. I'm gonna make that happen.
I feel like
I'm gonna make that
I'm
happen.
gonna pick out a new putter today. I think that's gonna be my Christmas present to myself. Yeah.
Christmas present to yourself.
I think I'm getting a new spider.
I got a lab. If you want it, I'll sell it to you for a fraction of what I paid for it. If you're interested, let me know. Hit
Are
me
you
up.
right-handed or left? I'm left-handed.
Oh, you're a lefty? Oh,
Yeah.
never mind. I'm a righty.
It'd be nice if it was, but yeah, unfortunately, I'm a lefty.
Yeah. For those of you guys, you know what? Let me not, because I don't want people, all in my business. Because the lab it's ridiculous. I kind of wish I wouldn't have bought it. Thank you, AK Bauer, for the $2 super chat. Says read study about pot causing schizoid type effect. Okay. Thank you very much, AK. Yeah, but for those that aren't familiar with the lab, go look up the lab putters. They're nice. But yeah, they're on the pricier side of things. And to be honest with you, Grasso, when I got it, my putting actually got worse. I had a really nice offset putter, and I had been putting just fine with that thing.
Bro, I have an old two ball, an old Odyssey two ball, and I'm like, I was looking at the new spiders from TaylorMade.
Okay.
Because I like the mallets. Thinking about a mallet.
Okay.
So when's your last show, Wise? Before Christmas. Are you doing it right
Tuesday.
after Christmas? Or?
Tuesday. We're gonna do live stream on Tuesday. I'm not sure if we're gonna do a Christmas Eve late shift. I'm not sure yet. Because it is Christmas Eve. I know some of you guys got kids and stuff, and
I want to do.
Wise went on Facebook.
Say that again.
Me and Spaces want to do Christmas Eve.
Y'all want to do the Christmas Eve? If y'all want to do it, I'm down with doing the Christmas Eve show. I want to be respectful of people's time, because I know some of y'all got some toys and stuff to put together for the kiddies, for the kiddos. Look at Crystal like,
listen, my kids is grown. They get Merry Christmas. I love you. That's
you don't have not the grandkids. I'm just
my kids ain't got no kids. What's wrong with you?
I was letting you guys know this past weekend we had a Christmas program at my church, and I sang in it, and it's on Facebook. If y'all want to go watch me make a fool out of it.
I'm gonna have to look this up and find this.
The Town PCA is the Facebook group. It's the church out of Middletown, Delaware.
The Town PCA.
Yeah, out of Middletown, Delaware, and it's both nights. But about halfway through, I sing the Grinch, and I made a complete absolute fool out of myself. But y'all can go for that. You can laugh at me
you
next
had the
time.
suit on. Please tell me you had the
No,
Grinch
I
suit
wish I was
on.
looking for bro. Wise, I was looking for a suit, and I couldn't find one to fit my fat ass that quick.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
No, I did.
Oh, we're gonna watch this. You are a soloist. I love it.
Yes, I'm watching it. I'm definitely gonna go look that up after.
We got to find
It'll
this.
give you a good laugh.
We got to find it.
But yes,
find it.
if you're going to do the Wednesday, I'm down. Just give me heads up.
Okay.
Yeah, me as well. If you want to
All
do
right.
it,
I'm not doing a regular live stream, but I did want to do Tuesday, kind of as a Christmas show, on Tuesday. And then I wasn't for sure about the late shift, because it's Christmas Eve and it's at night. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know. Some of y'all, hey, we'll be festive. Festive that day. Bring you some eggnog. You can spike it, Celeste. It's okay. We won't tell nobody.
I'm gonna be on breaks. Listen, I'm taking 2 weeks off. I already told everybody there'll be no lives from Crystal Beyond Labels for 2 weeks. I'm about to just relax. So
He done
I'm doing the
called
same.
grandma. He got me out here drinking. He playing in everybody's face today.
He in some kind of good mood, Celeste, because he around here just playing. And
Hey, it's Friday. I'm going on vacay. I'm taking a little bit of time off. I'm taking a little time to myself.
To LJ in the chat, if he does the Wednesday night show, I will wear my shoulders out.
I know. I'm gonna have a special
I
outfit. I may have my back out. I'm just saying. You know, we may step
Where's
it
the
up.
modesty at? Well, like, what are we talking about here? Shoulders out, backs out.
Goodness. You might actually see me in something different than a hoodie if I.
The chat
What are we talking about here? Y'all,
wear my
come
back
on
out
now.
too.
Y'all are supposed to be the pillars of modesty. Like, what are we talking about?
No, because you just told me I was a grandma, so I got to make sure people know I still got a back.
It's your fault.
Yep.
You sure? No grandkids to hook up.
Listen, I am not. Them children is still trying to figure out how to take care of their pets. They ain't about to have no babies because then they gonna think listen. I am reclaiming my time. I just reclaimed my time. Okay, so I'm going to enjoy it right now. Okay.
All of your kids out of school, or all of them out of school?
Mm-hmm.
You got one in high school.
Nope. My daughter's 24. My son is 22. I am good.
God bless you. Yeah, my daughter's 15, so I got a couple more years.
You got a little ways to go. Not too much though.
Not too long.
But you got daughters. She ain't going nowhere. Where's she going?
Nah, she ain't going nowhere. She can stay with me as long as she wants.
See, if I had daughters, I'd probably feel the same exact way if I had daughters. But I have boys, and
my daughter's still here with me.
I got one daughter.
She's 24 and she's still here. Listen, I'm with you, Grasso. The girls go nowhere. My son, he had to go.
Yeah, because boys got to be men.
Yes,
girls, now you stay right here with dad because I'm still your man until you're married off.
Exactly. But that is the responsibility. If you're doing it the right way as a father, you are her protector and provider until you find her a husband. And if you never find her one, you're just that in perpetuity until you die.
I got a 4-bedroom house that's paid for, and me and my wife use up one room of it. So there's plenty of room for her.
Plenty of room. Hey.
Listen, I love the fact that my son texts me because he's on his own now. He's like, Mom, adulting is hard. I said, ain't it though? Now you understand. Now he's paying attention to the electric bills and how much it costs.
He's not just walking around leaving lights on all in the house all over the daggone place.
Exactly. He understands now that if he has to pay them bills. Oh, he understands.
Mm-hmm.
So
there's a whole lot different.
Yeah. Oh, the kids leave the TV on, lights on, water just running. Like, what are y'all doing? I'm about to get in there. But the water's been running for 20 minutes already. Like, what are you doing?
That part.
Yeah.
These kids don't care. And the thing is, when I was younger, we used to do the same exact thing. My mom used to yell at us all the time. We'd leave the lights on all over the place.
Doors
open.
Honest.
Boy, oh yeah. Oh, they lock us outside. You can't come back in the house, but they just lock us outside. Letting my good air, letting flies in the house. Nah, y'all just locked out.
You ain't wasting my bald air. I've heard that.
Seriously.
So
They didn't play no games with us, man. You go outside, all right, make sure you got everything that you need because you're not coming back in here. Just lock the door on us.
Drink out of the hose, pee on the tree.
Hose, find a tree if you got to pee.
Yep. They're like, no, you let out my good air.
You got a tree right out there. You boys. You don't need a bathroom.
Absolutely. Now, my sister, on the other hand, if she was outside, they would let her come in, but please, you better find a tree. And to be honest with you, we wasn't even trying to come back in the house. We go outside, man. We'd be out there all day long. They have to come in the house.
Yeah. Between me, my brothers, and my cousin, there was 9 of us, and we didn't want to come in.
Didn't want to come in, man. Soon as that first street light came on, you see kids running for different directions trying to get to the house because they wanted to make sure that you could go outside the next day.
Yes. Mm-hmm. I agree.
Hey, the punishment was having to stay in the house. That's the worst feeling in the world. Have y'all ever been on punish? Get sent to bed. It's daylight still outside, and you can hear the kids playing, but you in the bed can't go outside.
You're in the bedroom. And there was no phones. There was no. You didn't get your gaming systems and stuff. You literally sat in the bedroom and read a book if you wanted, and that was horrible. I didn't want to read no books.
Hey, no phones, no Game Boys, no Switches, no none of that. You know what I'm saying? You just in the bed, and you can hear the kids outside playing, having a great time. I'm like, golly, man, I want to be outside so bad. Now you can't force the kids to go outside. It's crazy.
Because when you tell them to go outside, now what did I do? Go outside and play. What did I do? I didn't do anything. What do you mean? I just said go outside and get some fresh air. But Mom, I wasn't. Oh my goodness, this is not punishment. Go and stretch your legs, please.
I swear, one of those little repeaters that you could use if they weren't federally regulated and against the law to use, I wouldn't. I just turn that bad boy on, turn all the cell phone service off for like a 40-yard radius. Just be walking by people's houses, turning it off.
Yeah, make everybody go out.
Kids have to go outside.
outside.
I guess we gotta go outside. Phones, nothing works.
That's what's wrong with a lot of kids nowadays. They lack creativity. We governed ourselves. We created our own games. We managed those games. We did all of that, ourselves.
We're parented by fear. I was actually talking with a cousin of mine the other day, and it's crazy. When I rode my bike as a child, nobody had a helmet. Now you can barely walk down 3 steps before somebody's putting a helmet on these kids.
Elbow pads.
We are fear parenting. We're not training our children up so that they can grow and lead and do it. It's no wonder they're all on anxiety medications and can't work, can't date, can't live, they can't do nothing. They can't generate.
They just can't. Say it, Celeste. They just can't. That's it.
They can't do nothing because they spent their whole life in bubble wrap.
Yeah, true. You're right.
And that's why they can't come up with new movies. And they have to repeat everything that we see.
They can't think. They can't do anything. I'm sorry, but I have the new generation absolutely, and I just see them in the stores walking and moving. I have friends with children, church, all types of. To me, it's very, very sad, and it really is a shame what we've done to them.
Yeah, you're right. I forced my kids to go outside and play, like mandatory. First off, there's no video games during the week, so there is no games for you to play. My kids didn't get cell phones until they were in high school. I wouldn't allow that to happen. So you ain't got no choice. Bike, get out there, play some basketball, play some football with your friends, get out there and run up and around the street and things of that nature. Now, unfortunately, we had some old fogies in the neighborhood that were upset because the kids were outside playing, and that's a problem these days. So the kids are the ones that do go outside. You get people that complain that the kids are outside making noise playing because. Oh yeah, in my neighborhood, we have one of those groups, and people were complaining that the kids were outside playing. Mind you, they only really get about 5 or 6 months, 7, 8, maybe 7 months or so to legitimately play. The kids aren't hardcore like we were back in the day. We'd go out there, rain, sleet, snow. My parents, they'd have to force us to stay in the house. We would go out there. It didn't matter how cold, if it was snowing, we would go. But
I'm fine.
Yeah, seriously. Well, you end up warming up. And I remember being outside. You come out the skull cap, come out the jacket, everything.
Sweating.
My mama look outside, boy, you better put that daggone hat back on your head.
I'm sweating.
I'm out, like it's hot.
Yeah.
Oh
you gonna catch a cold. Ain't got time for that. Nobody got time to be running you to no hospital, running you nowhere. Nah, we ain't got money for that. We can't afford that.
Yeah, the hospital's closed. Sorry.
Yeah.
That part. 100%.
Nobody can fall. They never scrape their knee. Fall. They need to let these kids fall so they can get back up.
Yeah. Well, also learn how to conflict. Solve and what do you call it? Conflict resolution.
Yes.
You didn't have a choice but to do that when you were outside playing amongst your friends. You didn't have a choice but to do it.
I remember that. Yeah.
Right.
See, but I think some people are affected by it too, because I remember my son's father, my son would fall on a bike and he'd be like, oh no, did he mess up his face? Is his leg okay? And I'm like, what is wrong with you? He's a boy. Let him fall, please. And I'm like, what are you freaking out for?
Won't acknowledge it and he'll get up.
Exactly. Like, what is wrong with you?
When you acknowledge it, you make it worse. You make it this traumatic event.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I wasn't one of those parents either. I wasn't some super, probably my younger son, I was a little more, somewhat. But my oldest son, when he was, I guess maybe 5 or 6, he was playing on Jungle Gym outside, and he had climbed to the top. I looked away. Next thing you know, he was at the top of this thing, and I looked at him, and it kind of freaked me out a little bit. I was like, oh, and he looked, and then he fell off of it. And I mean, he fell from the top of that joint and hit. And I was like, I'm not going to freak out. And he didn't immediately start crying, but he looked at me to kind of see how I was going to handle things.
That's right.
And I was like, you all right? You all right?
That's what they do. They look at you, and they're like, if you react a certain way, then they react. But you kind of look at them and be like, shouldn't have done that, huh?
Oh, man.
They're like, yeah.
I did all kinds of things to myself, man. But, these kids, they don't know growing up, man. especially down south, they don't know growing up in the country. Grasso, I know you grew up in the country. You know, we climbed
100%.
trees and jumped in creeks and we did all kinds of stuff, man.
Absolutely. Cow tipping actually was cow tipping. They didn't just talk about it. We did it.
Now, I wasn't that country. You know, I wasn't that
yeah.
country. We wasn't cow tipping now. You know, we wasn't doing that.
Well, you're still a little out there. You in the burbs. You ain't actually in the farms.
No,
That's
you know,
all
my
it was out
grandma
here.
and them lived out. They lived out in the country in Tennessee. You know, they lived out there. You know, we lived. There was a farm with cows. They just lived a ways away from where we were at, but we did other country stuff.
In Halloween on Mischief Eve, we used to steal people's outhouses and put them out in the middle because we had literally it was a one flashing light town, four corners, and we would take the outhouse and we sit them out in the front, right there in the four corners, right in the middle, right in the intersection.
Outhouse.
Outhouse?
Wow.
Yeah, outhouses. Do you know what an outhouse is?
Yeah.
Okay, yes,
But I
because there was still old grandparents that still had outhouses when I was growing up.
Wow.
Interesting. I ain't trying to use no outhouse, but I know Shay Sharp was talking about that, those outhouses and stuff like that. He said he didn't have running water until, you know, he was borderline in college.
Really?
In the house. That's crazy.
Yeah. Electricity was always generators. It was just old diesel generator. And then wood stove heat everything. It was always wood stoves. So it was a wood stove everywhere and generators for the electricity and outhouses. My grandmother lived like that until she died. And she wouldn't change. She could change, but she didn't want to change. It's just the way she lived. And that's what she chose not to.
Look at how far we've come. Think about the things that we've witnessed in this generation. You know, Ed pulled up, and shout out to you, Ed. Ed pulled up to the show earlier this week. Think about that generation, that baby boomer generation, and what they've seen and experienced in their lifetimes. Crazy. Crazy. The technological boom. Now we got computers.
Our generation is truly like the what are they called? The Xennials or whatever, that 1980 to 78 to 84 or whatever, because we've seen it. We've seen the old times, and then we've seen the adaptation of all the new stuff.
New stuff. Yep. I remember them old rotary phones and all that. Yeah, I remember that.
Did you see that they came out with one? Did you see they came out with a new one?
Really?
The rotary phone? Yeah.
So this is how it works. They have the rotary phone or the old phones with the cord and all that stuff.
It's hooked to your cell phone.
You could sync it to your phone, your Bluetooth, so that you don't have to walk around with your phone. So that you know how back in the day the phone could have ring and it just sat over there and you don't answer it if you don't want to. This is a way so people don't walk around with their cell phone all the time. They just came out with that now.
Really? So we're going back, huh? So we're reverting back, huh?
Yes.
That's the way it is.
Now the question is, can you still dial? You still dial a number the same way? Is it?
I think you can still dial, or you can either dial from your cell phone, you can dial from the actual phone, or you could actually speak into the phone and say, call so and so.
Interesting.
Still up.
How many young people do you think would be able to use that old rotary phone that you had to put that one in and let that thing and it spin back? How many young people you think be able to use that phone?
You get 8 numbers in. And
have you ever seen those videos where their parents bring out the old rotary phones and give it to their children and ask them to make a phone call and what the children do to it? I'll have to send you. These are so funny watching these kids and they're like, wait, what do we do? And they're like, call somebody, and they're trying to figure out. They're like, and they're trying to turn the rotary and then they hold it there. They're like, how do we go back to the other number? It is the funniest thing to watch. The younger generation try to use the rotary phones. It is hilarious.
And no one knows anybody's number anymore. You used to know people's numbers so that you could do that. I'd have to be like on myself. Hold on, what's that number?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. There was a time that your brain was a mental Rolodex. Like you really had a mental Rolodex. Not anymore.
Absolutely.
I'm sorry, I'm still that.
And a map and a GPS in your head. You used to know how to get places.
Yeah,
I'm actually still that person because I still remember all my numbers from since I was a little kid. I remember all my phone numbers and all of that stuff. I think I keep all the important phone numbers. Like I know all of my numbers. I don't know why. That's that photographic memory, but I really do remember everybody's phone numbers.
I've data dumped all of that. I know one number, and that's my wife. And the only reason why I memorized that is because there was a time I lost my phone and I needed to get in touch with her because I needed a ride. And I could not remember. I was like, I need to call my wife and I need her to come get me, but I don't know how to get a hold of her. I don't have her number. So I had to like get to a computer and email her and hope that she see the email. It was a whole thing. So from that point on, I was like, I have to memorize this number. I gotta have at least one number memorized. You know, the person that I know, she gonna come if I call. That I know for sure.
My kids learn
I don't
my
know if
number.
Celeste will. I don't know if Crystal will, but I know wifey, I call her, she coming. I know that.
I say this, and that's why I support your wife.
Exactly. I love your wife. Right there.
I'm not reliable. I want her to be on task and on time. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Why have you ever had your wife on interview?
I haven't, but that is going to happen. I've been telling
Christmas
somebody had asked me
special,
to do
man.
that.
I want her to come.
The Christmas
I
special.
haven't done it yet, but I guess I'll have to get her on here. She doesn't like to do impromptu stuff. She's like, I got to, so in order to do it, I have to like plan it out and say, okay, hey baby, come on.
Mine's the same way. It would have to be I'd have to schedule it a month in advance. Okay.
Yeah.
And this is what we're
Well,
going to do. This is what we're going to talk about.
know.
Here's the questions I'm going to ask.
Yeah.
She's got to be prepared. She ain't coming in just all willy-nilly. I got to do that when we order food.
Well, I need to be prepared because ain't no telling what will come out of her mouth. So I need to be prepared.
Why? Then I definitely need you to bring her on because I love that. You said you don't know what
she's a lot of fun. Now she's a lot
Yeah,
of
my
fun.
wife is crazy. She's
I would
crazy.
love that.
She a mess and a half. She's a mess and a half. Keep me on my toes. More times than not, for sure.
Why?
We're gonna get
I have one quick joke for you.
Go for it.
I had a friend, an ex, give me a call because he heard what I said that night on the late shift where I said no ex will show up to my house without my family knowing. And he was like, really? I was like, you didn't understand the context of the show. You didn't understand the context. I fell out laughing. I was like, I didn't even know you were watching it.
Between
You got the exes watching the show. Okay, that's what's up. Can we get a name for the ex or no?
No.
X.
This isn't duffel bag, is it? This is not the duffel bag, is it?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Duffel bag don't even know where I'm at.
They out here. This chat is looking for him. He might find you.
You ain't lying. Hey, they got a search warrant out for him, man. Search warrant out for duffel bag. Who is this guy? Can we interview him?
Spaces keeps a double bag ready to give it to him.
Yep. Spaces, he pull up with the duffel bag.
Right.
Row as well. Row as well. But let's get up out of here, man. I appreciate you guys today. Thank you, Grasso. Thank you, Celeste and Crystal. Thank you guys for pulling up. Enjoy the weekend. Don't spend too much money trying to get that last minute Christmas shopping in. Don't spend too much. Don't go in debt doing that. Keep your money to yourself, man. They don't need it. These companies, they don't need it. All right. Shout out to everybody that supported the channel financially. Shout out to you guys. Whose birthday is it? Is somebody's birthday? B?
My son's on the 23rd.
All right.
He'll be
We'll make sure we show him some love. But whoever's birthday it is, happy birthday to you. Enjoy the weekend. Again, don't go too hard, in these stores, or on Amazon. Don't go too hard, shopping and things of that nature. Keep that money. Don't go in debt trying to shop for these folks. Don't do it. Enjoy the weekend, though. Lord willing, we will be back at this thing on Tuesday, not Monday, but Tuesday. We're taking some time off, So we'll be back at it on Tuesday for ARP in the morning. We'll have the panel show. Hopefully we'll get some, really cool people to pull up and hang out with us. If they're not too good, Celeste, sometimes you kick us to the curb.
I'm coming Tuesday. I'm going to be there.
You're going to be there? Okay, cool.
Everybody face today.
Cool.
I will be there Tuesday, and I'm going to wear something festive.
Outstanding. Thank you, Dina, joining the ARP family. Thank you very much. Appreciate you supporting what we're doing over here. Definitely appreciate you. And thank you to the Blues, B, Deb, LJ, Nanny, Zephyr K9, Lori Addison, Dion. Thank you guys so much for helping to keep things peaceful in the chat. I do appreciate you guys doing what you do. All my ARP family members, thank you guys very much. Enjoy the weekend. And we'll catch up with you all next time, man. Keep God first. Stay prayed up. You guys take care, man. Peace.
Oh, sorry.
Vibe life so